and shit where they had one, but they got. Well, you finna get us caught up, man. Well, not
No,
us, but
no, was it?
Mhm.
this dude.
No, man.
But no, the breeder that gave my cousins a pit bull, he got his face ate up by a dog. It was a pit,
Right.
but they say he was feeding the gunpowder and all that. So said it just went crazy. But yeah, like you said, Mac, it's two different tales, man.
Could be anecdotal. Each individual experience. I don't know.
Yeah, you're right. He definitely let that dog go though. Darrell.
He definitely did. He let it go on purpose, man.
He let it go on purpose. That
I believe
BAN.
it,
I ain't,
man.
I ain't gonna curse all up on your platform with that BAN.
I know what you mean, man.
You already know. Man, what's the topic for today?
Oh man, we got a good pickup.
Yeah, let me take these guns out one more time.
What method
Take,
you
hold
use
on, hold
when
on, hold
picking
on.
a puppy?
You
Yeah,
you sent the link. You sent the link to everybody else.
yeah. The
Oh, okay.
yellow can't make it tonight.
Got you. Man, you breaking up a little bit.
Yeah, yellow can't make it tonight.
Got you. Okay. Okay.
So Southside said he'd be on. He'll be on in like 30 minutes.
Got you.
Hey, I ain't gonna be. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think it's personal. I think
But
for some people this is like standing up in front of the classroom because I was nervous than a motherfucker at first.
what when you got on the platform?
Hmm.
Hmm.
Even when I went on Joe's, I still felt a little nervous.
mm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was telling CDC behind the stage before I was telling him backstage. I was telling him how it's a little bit easier to cook up like when the cameras is off. People usually don't get like the stage fright. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it makes it a lot better. Yeah,
Yeah, it do. So that's why I
but
turned
at the
off
same
stuff.
time, I know a lot of people want to see visual too,
Yeah, yeah, they do,
especially the
but
ladies.
for sure,
Yeah,
yeah, they keep them entertained. You know what I'm saying? I
yeah.
definitely get it. Um, but I think it just worked better like less people up in that joint. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
You know, that's what I think. Uh,
So what you say that topic was, Darrell Johnson?
yes, sir. So we got the topic of um, what methods to use when picking a puppy for your program, which is a topic where a lot of kennels can, or a lot of people that have their own program or their own kennels can relate when they first got, their foundation female or they first got their foundation male. How did you pick that male? You know what I mean? And why did you pick that male? That's the main thing. Um, when some people that breed, sometimes they breed for structure, right? Which I feel like a lot of this you should breed for. They breed
Yeah.
for heads, they breed for feet, they breed for a straight back, right? And I think all of those things you really should breed for, but sometimes people only just breed for that, or they breed for a coat. You know what I mean? They breed for a
Right.
certain to try to get a certain color, or colors only matter and they can't. So I think um, this topic right here is so versatile because it's different breeds, different people with different dogs, um, different backgrounds and different goals. Like we're not all doing the same thing or trying to or aspire to do the same thing. So, you know, when you go get a Borble, what's one of the things that you might want to get, um, you might want to see in your Borble?
Man, let me see. We got a little feedback. Uh, I say just I want to see if I can see some bone, see maybe a hump or something in the neck. Just see but also see if I can see some good structure in it from the jump. You know that comes with experience also, like just when you have litters, you can see a dog structure from the jump already. Uh,
Right.
but that's just kind of I want to see if I can see some bone, some good bone structure, bone density, some see how the head looks, see how the muzzle looks. Feet, I don't, I think that's kind of a myth. Some people say it's a myth on if the
Hmm.
dog's feet is big, then the dog is gonna be big. Uh, but those are just some small things I look for or would
So,
look for.
did you ever hear about this before? Did you ever hear? Did an OG ever tell you that if you count a 8 week old puppy from his withers down to his paws, the number that you get is how tall the dog will be.
I ain't
So
never heard that.
if you get 18, he'll be 18 inches.
Hmm.
You ever heard that?
Uh-uh.
I have.
Yeah, that's the first time I heard that. Is it true?
Well, so far, yeah. Because I did it with
Okay.
Bane, and he really is 21 21 inches. So yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, yep.
Interesting.
Very interesting. And OG told me that, man. He was like, "Yeah, man, because I had them in my hands. I was walking dice. I had them in my hand while I was walking dice, and he was like, "Man, he gonna be big. He gonna be real big. Like, you know what I mean? Look at his paws." And he was like, if you count from his withers down to his paws, you'll see how tall he gonna get. And I was like, "What?"
Hmm.
Chelsea, Della's World, Pipes, what up, bro? Biz, salute. So that's just something that you know. I just was like, oh snap, that's how we coming. Okay, so it's true because right now he 21. He 21 inches right now. Yep.
Hmm.
But I don't
Okay.
think he done. So I don't
They
know.
got a little bit more left in the tank.
I think so, man. I know he got a lot of girth. Like he he didn't spread out yet fully.
Yeah.
I mean, he did a little bit. I showed him, but like the last picture I just posted, and guys thought it was AI, but he spread out a little bit more.
Would you say that's
You
a
know what I mean?
flex?
Lorena, I appreciate that. Always show me love, huh?
Would you say that's a flex when people think your dog AI?
What you say, bro?
Would you say that's a flex when people think your dog is AI
You said, do
generated?
I think that?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Oh,
No, yeah.
Got a Bud Light tonight. I don't
When
think
I
he can.
say that, I'm saying I think I'll be like, man, you
um,
think he AI generate? Like I think like you think like, man, he unreal looking.
Mm-hmm. Flexing on him. I got you.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I think all of that is true. I've actually heard a couple of sayings too. What what Duro saying as far as height, um, even size. But there's always that you can't judge a pup by its cover,
Right.
and them be the ones that people let go
Yeah, that's true.
and turn out to be a goddamn grand champion, such and such.
Yeah.
Um, so so I wanted to say this, right? When your
Mm-hmm.
dog looked that good, it looked like AI. I feel like that is a flex, but then I feel like that's disrespectful at the same time because AI doesn't necessarily make good dogs. You know what I'm saying?
Right. No, I feel you.
Do you think AI make good dogs?
You asking me or Mac?
No, I think you can see the
Max and
the
y'all.
photo generation.
Yeah, yeah. You usually can tell. It's usually always a flaw in it. I mess with it. Darrell. No, I'm like a wizard with it sometimes. It was one picture. I don't know. I think I made some. It was like a Neo and a Warble with grills. It looked real, didn't it? Duro.
Yeah, it did look real.
Yeah, that looked real. That one did look real, but majority of the time you can tell. But with these videos now, I ain't gonna lie. Some people, boy, I say about when I'm 80, I'm gonna be done got scammed.
The you see the monster pit that she did.
Uh-uh.
A lot of people actually thought that shit was real.
I ain't see that.
I guess because she come with such a serious character. When she played around with it, it's like it kind of had the Puff Daddy effect. How he can say he can wear fake jewelry, right?
Yeah,
Hmm.
So people thought that, oh shit, look at this mother sucker.
got
I know
you.
what you're saying.
I'm gonna have
I
to
see
look
what
at that
you're saying.
video.
Got him all muscled up.
Yeah, some people be thinking that stuff real. Like I said, sometimes you can fool people. Sometimes it's real obvious. It's always some type of warped or messed up side view somewhere in there.
Right.
Man, so I'm interested in the Neapolitan Mastiff as well. That's a dog I've really taken a strong liking to
Hmm.
in these past few months. I you can kind of see on the puppy like the wrinkle amount, it kind of tells you somewhat what the dog will look like. Somewhat, but not all the time. But sometimes you can see how much wrinkle it be on the dog or the what was I saying? Or sometimes like just sometimes you won't know until they fully develop.
Right.
Sometimes they look completely different after they fully mature.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Just got that sneaky link sometimes. You watch out for the sneaky link. That little
Yeah,
runt. That little runt sometimes will
that's
pass
true though.
everybody.
That's true.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't talk about that, but let's talk about that runt though.
Yes,
I
sir.
know some people believe that runts make like the best litters or the best breeders, and they only breed runts in the litters.
Mhm.
Some people say it's like successful, and it's also not. Some people really look down on it, but I know some people do that method sometimes.
Well, I think a
Right.
true runt is a real sickly dog, right?
Yeah,
That's the true definition of a runt. But when we speak of runt, we talking about the smallest one that came out.
right.
So he's not really a sick dog. It's just probably was the last one to get any nutrients or anything, right?
Mhm.
And once he come out and you know you get
Now,
him up to speed,
would you start your kennel with a run?
I did actually
You
Mm.
did?
with a male and female.
Oh, so is we gonna talk about kennel program, like how what we want to see our programs, how we will form them? We're gonna talk about that tonight.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. All right. I was gonna kind of speak on it. I don't think I
Go ahead.
would. I kind of
No, I said go ahead.
yeah, I don't think I would, just as far as just me wanting uh I want that size and that imposing frame and stature, you know. And I think I don't know if picking a runt would be like the success rate. I don't think it'd be there on getting that. I might end up producing in my genetics runts or smaller dogs, which is something I do want to do, but
Hmm.
that'd be a separate line to one of the breeds.
But that's why you got to know the definition of a runt. A runt
Right.
is a real sickly dog. So
Yeah.
the you shouldn't produce a litter of runts if even if you start off with a runt.
Right.
You know, like for instance, if you getting a Borbal from one of the top Borbal breeders in America, you just happen to have the smallest one. You still in the game, and
Right.
sometimes if you got lucky, you you did better than the mom and the daddy.
Right.
But at the same time, like you saying, it's a gamble if you want something to. If you starting off, you do want to start off on a good foot.
Right.
I agree. So let me ask y'all this. When it comes to picking a puppy, what's one of the things that you look for when it comes to picking a puppy?
I look for I look for the structure and whatever the what is it called? What is it called in detail when you the chart that you need to go by?
Standard. What
The
you?
Yeah,
standard?
the standard of the breed.
Yeah.
That's what you should be breeding to the standard.
Okay.
So
I agree with you.
we talking about structure. Or we talking about like just characteristics. So we talking about all of it.
Well, if you're looking for a pup, you don't want slouchy feet. You don't want the high rear. So I'm looking for
Right.
the pup that has the best structure standardly
Yeah, but when
that can improve the program.
I'm asking a wide range. What's one of the things that all of those things is good, but
Hmm.
how do you pick that pup? Because there's different pups. Like if the breeder is breeding within the standard, let's say that, right? Is
Yeah.
Hmm.
breeding within the standard, and the dogs are 100, like they don't have no flaws. Like the mom and the dad is champions, so they don't have no flaws. How do you pick a puppy that'll be your foundation male or your foundation female?
Okay. Okay. Mac, you want to go first? You want me to go?
Go ahead, bro.
So male and female for Borbles, I'd like Max said, for puppies, this is kind of hard to understand and different or read. But females, I want to look for a tighter frame, more athletically built female, but still have bone density, of course. Not as a crazy spread, but a nice chest spread. Still have a broad head, strong, powerful jaws and head, just as far as what I can see in a puppy. And I want that dog. I want to see the confidence. I want to see somebody knock on the door. The dog will hear a little noise. I don't care if he 8 weeks. I want him barking at whatever it is. I want him sticking his head up out the box or the crate, looking to go see what that is. And males, I think I want a bigger, stronger frame, more muscular frame on a male. Um I think about lions. A lot of people think about lions when they think about Borbles.
Hmm.
The females are more athletic, I'd say. They handle more of like the hunting, and they also fight a lot more, I think. Uh More than the males. The males sit back, and if it's another male or something big, they handle that. But I want my males to be more that bigger, stronger, not as fast as the females maybe, and just that bigger bonier frame. Same thing on the neos that's kind of tough. But I'd say some people do produce a lighter frame in their neo. So I'd say that lighter frame may be in a female, but the dogs, those are some massive dogs. So they produce both sexes produce a bigger frame dog. So just not excessive skin, but clear eyes, confidence, like I said, independence, because I mean at the end of the day, this is an estate guardian and that's what it'll be used for. But also still be able to be around the family and love on the kids and the wife and deal with me.
Okay. Okay. I like that.
Yes, sir.
How about you, Matt?
Well, for me, if I'm going for a puppy, I'm going for a breeder that has stamped his name in the game. So let's say if I go to Tom Garner's farm and I'm going to pick a pup, I already know because of his history, um, the blood, uh, the man, I be going blank when I be smoking. Good, y'all gotta forgive me, man. Real. But yeah, you know everything. You know what you're getting into. So if he got a 10 pack, then I'm going to pick. If I got the rights to pick the best pup, I'm looking for the best pup
Right.
all around. Like you saying, all around.
Right.
Because I already know what I'm getting into. I know that he ain't got to do the temperament test. He ain't got to do this and this and that because he's a reliable breeder because he's been breeding for so long.
Okay.
But if I'm going off of just somebody on the internet, then yeah, I need to see those tests. I need to see that temperament test. I need to see what happens when you uh, drop something by the dog. Like Jock saying, I need to see a lot of things before I actually put my purchase on that dog. Maybe go see him 2 or 3 times before you take him home.
Mm. Hmm.
I digress.
Oh man, come on, man. We don't want none of that. Um, I'm gonna say this. I feel like I like what both of y'all said. What y'all said was strong. Um, CDC, you said some things that was really, really good. Thinking about
Hmm.
like the structure, thinking about the temperament, the independence of the puppy, because that's important. And I'm gonna tell you
Right.
why. Tell you why. So the first questions that I want to know is I want to know about the parents, I want to know about the grandparents, and I want to know about the grandparents' parents, and I want to know about those grandparents. I want to know how long they lived. Are they still living? I want to see them. I want to know them. And if they died, I want to know why they died. The thing about it is you want to know what you're getting when you're buying a foundation bitch and you buying a foundation male. Those
Hmm.
things are important.
But what if you go into a new breeder?
Okay. So Southside, what up?
Mhm. Okay.
What's up, y'all?
Yo,
Damn.
yo,
Yeah, y'all hear the echo?
a little strong.
Yeah,
Can't hear you, bro.
your shit crazy.
Just a little strong.
Southside, I can't hear you, bro. Hey,
I say y'all
Q,
hear
what up? Yeah,
the echo in the background?
yeah, it's a bunch of stuff in the background.
Yeah,
Hold on.
it sound like you
Y'all
on the
still
Blackberry.
y'all still here?
Okay, that
Nah,
ain't
that's
it,
better.
that's clear. That's clear now. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
cause
bet.
Duro, the
What
guy
up, y'all?
I got a pup from. He only had like 2 or 3 litters on the ground, but I really liked it, the dog. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
I do.
So it's like, how do what would you do for the new breeder?
Mm.
Okay,
Hmm.
so this is the thing. All right, so this is the thing. I'm gonna come back to that. I'm gonna come back to that. I don't know if I said it. AQ, what up, bro? Salute, bro. Much love, man. Much respect,
Salute.
always, bro. Always, man. You already know. So I'm gonna say it like this. So I'm gonna say this. Then I'm gonna come back, man. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say, like I was saying, I want to know about the grandparents, and if they died, I want to know why they died. And the reason why I want to know the history of the dog is is for the simple fact that I'm starting off my kennel with this dog. And if I'm starting off my kennel with this dog, I need to know when I'm what I might see down the road. You know what I'm saying? That's important. And I think a lot of us or a lot of breeders don't think about that when they first get a dog. You excited to get the pup? You excited for the bloodline, or you're excited whatever it is that drew you to this dog or the breed. You're excited for it, but you ain't really thinking about the back end of it. And the back end of it is, would this dog be a good dog? How long did they have this dog? They had this dog at. Did you get the dog at 8 weeks? Did you get the dog? You know what I'm saying? Past that time, did
Talk
you get the
about it.
dog too early? Because sometimes when you get a dog too early, that messes up the puppy. The puppy become anxious, is not independent because it was took away from his brothers and sisters and mothers too fast. So when you do that, you get that dog all type of anxiety problems, right? So that's not good. So you want to wait 8, 9, 10 weeks to really sell a dog. You know what I'm saying? The more you prolong it, but you can sell it, uh, the better that pup will be together with the pack. Because then you're gonna start to see that dominance. You're gonna start to see that independence. That's when you start to see it. You will see certain traits as they're young. You will see like certain game. You will see certain things. But as they start to get older, is when you really see what you got. You know what I mean? You start to see like, man, I see the dad already. I see the mom in it already. I see, man, he just grabbed that puppy, just shook it. You know what I mean? I know that his mom do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you'll start seeing traits in the dog that, you know, the at a later age than like, oh man, these Jones only, you know, a few weeks old or whatever the case is. Cause I know it's excited, but people make decisions fast because the excitement. You know what I'm saying? Now, if it's a new breeder, like you were saying, Mac, if it's a new breeder and it's a new breeder, you don't really know much about the breeder. The breeder only got 3 litters on the ground, and it could be easily one of us, right? So we put ourselves in their shoes, but we don't know any other breeders out here that they can get a dog from, right? Trust me, I get it, right? I get it. But
With
the
you.
thing is, you said what?
I'm with you.
Oh, but the thing is, it's like, you know, you got to know why you buying this dog from this person and it's a new breeder. You know, it can't just be that you like the dog or you like the bloodline or what's in the dog. You got to really know why you want to buy the dog from a person. Now, it go beyond just what you see, right? It go beyond just the structure or the standard of the dog, right? What about genetically? What about if it was health tested? What about the certificate? What about, do you get all those things? First of all, do you get breeding rights? Because there's breeders that only will sell you first, second, and third pick, and everything else as a pet home. So you'll get the dog, but you don't have no real breeding rights to the dog. So if you breed it, you ain't got no papers,
Yeah, they
right?
hit me up on Instagram saying uh, $4,000-5,000 just to have a pup, not to even have breeding rights. They're like, what?
That's what I'm saying. But
Mm. Mm-hmm.
that's a whole nother thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
hmm
Mm-hmm.
That's a whole nother thing, right? So that's how you got to think. Um, so that's what I'm saying. Like, it's a lot of things that people not going to think about when you like think about it. CDC, you got a breeder that you really respect that deal with the Borbles,
Mm-hmm.
right? Think about this breeder. You got a lot of respect for this breeder.
Yes.
You love his mind. You love everything that he know. Pause. I don't mean it like that. I mean you love his mind as far as
You should have just kept
the
going.
knowledge of the dog. Oh, all right. I
Yeah,
thought you
yeah.
said nah, man.
No, I ain't say nothing.
Uh, oh, all right. But you love it. You love his mind as far as what he knows about the Borble. So
Yeah.
when you purchase the Borble from him, right? You want that confidence because you already know, like this is Mister Such and Such, and he already knows everything about the breed.
Right.
I know it's going. I know the business going to be right. I know the hips going to be right. I know the the back. It's going to be within the standard. I
The
know it's not going to
temperament.
be a short neck. I know
Yeah.
the temperament going to be right. You know what I'm
See,
saying?
you
What?
None.
What?
Yeah, you absolutely right though. Uh, I look for all that temperament. Oh, how do they act as puppies? Um, I think we talked about this. This is a breeder I really respect. His puppies. I'm gonna tell this story. Y'all heard it. I interviewed him. He was like, so he had somebody come looking to buy a puppy from him, and he told them, "Don't get out the car without calling me, so I can, excuse me, come get you." And the guy just pulled up, excuse me, and got out. And he had a litter of puppies at that time, and the puppies they ran up just fierce, grabbing his pant leg, grabbing his ankles, and just ravaging the man by the ankles and legs. Said he looked like a runaway slave when he got back in the car and he drove off and didn't buy a puppy.
Nah, he said running away like booty
So
Oh
like,
yeah, yeah, shake it like booty
do,
meat.
do y'all think it's better to go to the yard and see the puppy for yourself, or it really don't matter?
Oh, that's a good question.
It's a great question.
That's a very good question. Me personally, I'm going to say not necessarily. Um,
Mm,
Not necessarily.
well, and the reason why is because now technology is so high. Like back in the day, like if you was buying a dog in the newspaper, and the person emailed you a picture of the dog, and they still wanted a deposit or something or whatever the case is. Like, yeah, like you want to go out there see what's really going on, see if they really, first of all, even sell dogs back in the day, right? But now it's a little bit different because most of the time when you buy a dog from a breeder is going to talk to you, like uh, unless you get one of those idiot breeders that's just like you know your money, your money, your money, your money, your money. Then you don't, you know what I'm saying? Then they don't have no rap for you, right? But when you got a breeder that want to talk to you, because they want to fill you out, because they want their pup to go to a right home or right kennel, the right kennel for 'em, then they're gonna fill you out. They're gonna fill you out. They're gonna talk to you. They're gonna let you know the things, the questions that you have. You should never want to buy a dog from a person that don't have no rap for you, really. You know what I'm
right.
saying? Like you ask them a question, they don't answer. You know what I'm saying? I don't want no dog from. You. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't
Yeah.
want no dog from because it's things that I need to know. I need to know and I want to know before I send my money, before I have to send my deposit. You know what I'm saying? There's things I want to know. And if you can't answer my question, then why should I buy a dog from you?
Why are you so valuable if you can't answer this question?
Right. But you want my 250 or you want my $500 or you want my $1,000 deposit. That's
Right.
crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
crazy. I had a breeder just like that, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? I reached out like, yo, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I really like your dogs, this, that, and the third. He hit me back like, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I asked him like, yo, I asked him questions like, you know, um, you know, thinking back, I asked him questions like, yo, so how was the grandparents? Oh, I don't really know the grandparents like that.
Mm, 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 mm.
I'm like, oh, okay. So
What do
he
you?
like, yo, you ready to pick out your mail? I'm like, nah. I'm like, nah, bruh, no, I don't. No, I'm not.
What do you know?
Yeah, I know I'm not ready to pick out my mail yet.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Like, can you talk to me? You know what I'm saying? It's like this. Like when I bought Bang, when I hit the breeder where I bought Bang, I was on the phone with the breeder for like 2 hours. We were on the phone vibing and laughing like we never like we knew each other for years. You
Mm,
understand what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
And I originally hit him. He had like 3 litters on the ground at the time, right? So I originally hit him like, yo, I hit him about a blue. I hit him about a blue boy from a different litter, right? And when I hit him, I'm like, yo, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you really trying to sell Night. You know what I'm saying? His name was Night. So I'm like, yo, you really trying to sell Night? Like, just that and the third. So he hit me. He was trying to see, like, where I was at with it. He was like, bro, like, um, maybe if you want to go to some of the ABKC shows out in Allentown, you know what I'm saying? If you want to do that. And I hit you because I'm really looking to still work with this dog. He's like, I'm really still looking to work with this dog and really keep him close because I want to breed back to him. You know what I'm saying? Because I know how he gonna look as a puppy. I'm already knowing how he gonna look. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, all right. You know what I'm saying? So he like, you with that? I'm saying, bro, that's what I'm trying to do. So he like, okay. He like, okay. But I could tell he was reluctant to sell me that dog for the simple fact of the plans that he had for him. And that was the only boy in that litter. And I was looking for a boy because at the time I still had dice too. So I was looking for a boy. So I'm like, you know what I'm saying? So he didn't really want to sell me that boy. And I could tell. But we were still on the phone. We were still on the phone. We still on the phone. And I said, man, I said, all right, man. I said, look, man, I gotta go. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna hit you up later on. He like, all right, man, I'm about to get ready for work. I'm like, all right, cool. So in the morning, man, I said, yo, let me get the biggest mail out of that Nature Boy Tom's Boots litter. He said, easy. I said, beloved, I'm sending you the deposit right now. He did not recommend him to me. He did not say, yo, I got a boy right here. He didn't say none of that. I picked him on my own. You know what I'm saying? Sent them the deposit in the morning. Then the next day, I paid him off. You know what I'm saying? And that was that. So that's how I felt comfortable enough to buy a dog from a person, and I felt like it wasn't just about the money; it was deeper than that. You know what I'm saying? For the simple fact that he didn't want to sell me that blue boy because he didn't know what I was on, and he had goals for the blue boy. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, "No, I really don't want to sell this to just anybody because I want to keep him close," and there was nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? So that was fine for me. So, like, you know what I'm saying? I just say, like, keep in mind when you send the deposits or you doing business with people, if they don't have no rap for you, I really wouldn't buy a dog from
I need some bars. I'm Dame Dash. I need to hear. I need a sweet 16 of your line, all that. I need all of that.
you.
Man,
Right.
Darrell, what did I tell you earlier? I was talking to somebody. I've been talking to this brother for a minute,
Hmm.
and I ain't even talked about buying no dog. I asked him about a certain piece of information. He told me I'm not on that level yet. I got a lot more to learn.
Right.
And that's even before I think about purchasing a dog or when I want to purchase a dog.
Right.
I got so much more to learn.
Right.
I don't hear a lot of breeders telling people that. It's some out there though for sure, but I'm just like that's just nobody will tell you you have a lot more to learn about this breed before we get to that point of you purchasing or owning or buying one.
Right. I agree. And the reason why I agree is for the simple fact that it's like this, right? A lot of people don't understand, and I said this before, but I always like to reiterate what I say for the simple fact that I like to teach. I never know who's listening. Like it's a lady to come on my show all the time, Lorena, and she actually was talking to me in my DM because she's interested in buying a pup from me. But the thing is, it's like, you know, you don't know who's listening. So you want to teach people the things in the proper etiquette, for the dog so that they get this game that we got to give and apply it to their everyday life so they can have, 10, 13 years with their dog. That's the goal for us. You know what I'm saying? To we want to give what we know to other people. So educating a person like that, like the breeder said to you, like you need to learn a little bit more about the dog first before you ain't there yet.
No, he
You
didn't say
might
a little
think
bit.
you
He
there.
said a lot. He said a lot
Oh,
more. You got a lot more to
oh,
learn before we
okay.
get to
I
that
was
point.
I might have been like, hey, I might have not said enough at that part. But the point that I wanted to make was that that's important to do your
Right,
research and know what you're getting.
right.
Because you want to know that you can handle that dog, right?
Absolutely.
What happened to you today, that wouldn't be good, right? If that was
Yeah.
a big horrible running at somebody doing that, right?
If that was a Borbo or a Neo, probably would have killed them or dragged them on the ground and then had their way. I was
That's
lucky it was a bully.
right.
And that certain person talking about breeding it to something else on his yard. I said F
Ah,
that dog. I said F that dog.
yeah, for sure, for sure, for
Just,
sure,
just unresponsible, I'd say. But
for
that's
sure, for
another
sure.
story for another time.
I agree. I feel like I feel like you know. So first of all, I want to ask this: Hey, Southside, you still here, bro?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yo, so you got band dogs,
Yeah.
right? So tell me the first band dog that you acquired, right? Tell
Hmm.
me why you picked that dog.
That's a good question. So the reason why I picked it, first thing I was looking at was frame. I didn't want a thick dog, but I wanted something that could possibly be athletic. With band dogs, depending on the breeder, you can't really guarantee what your dog's gonna look like. Its
Mm,
litter
Right.
mates could kind of look different, if you see what I'm saying.
mm,
Hmm.
So what I
mm.
did was really look at all the puppies, and I kind of looked at their body types in different angles, and kind of had to guesstimate what type of frame she's gonna have when she gets older. You see what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So she really was on the leaner side, and she was on the smaller side. I wasn't really looking for size, but what really made me pick her was just her frame. I liked the way her stance was,
Hmm.
but that's really it. To be honest, I couldn't really, I didn't really see much videos on her or nothing. So
Mm. So you just went all the way in. Like you just trusted the genetics. Excuse me.
That's what I be trying to say, man. The podcasting world puts a light on the dogs and the whole atmosphere about the dogs. But in actual in reality, a lot of people do not or are not as sensible to all these facts that we're talking about.
Right.
Right.
That's true.
But that's where we come in handy at, bro. You should have
Yeah.
said that when you was on NWA yesterday, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts, facts.
That's what
Facts.
that's what we. There you go, man. There you go.
Nah, there you, there you go. I just said facts, man.
No,
You,
that's facts. How you know?
bro. I just said facts, man. Let's continue on with the show.
All
You
right, let's
keep
go.
spitting these facts.
But look, this is the thing. All right, so Southside. That was your
Yeah.
first dog. What's that dog name?
My first dog is Deja. I got her from.
No, we don't need to know.
Shit, what's it again?
What? I just wanted to know that was your first dog, right?
Yeah.
All right. Your second dog. What dog was
Mhm.
that? What was your
You
second
said
dog?
what?
Your second dog.
She another band dog. Her name Bella.
Right. All right. So why did you pick her?
I didn't really pick Bella. She was offered, kind of like the breeder wanted to keep the rest of the litter, so I just really
Mhm.
got her. Got her.
Yeah, I'm here. You said the breeder wanted to
Yeah,
keep the old litter.
yeah. He was keeping majority of the litter, so Bella was really she was the third female,
Uh-huh.
female number three. So I just really got her.
Okay. All right. And then you got another dog, right?
Yeah.
And what's that dog name?
So the third dog I picked it myself. That one I actually I looked at videos. I wanted a thicker dog this time for my first male. So I kind of compared I kind of compared his body style to the other dogs, and he was actually the thickest, but he was the shortest one. So I didn't really care about the height in the moment. I just wanted some mass on him. So that's really why I picked him.
Okay. So when you picked him, you was looking for that mass, right? You was looking for that big frame.
Hmm.
So why was you looking for that big frame? Like what's your goal with him?
So basically, with I'm a kind of on a rebranding on my dog program. So I kind of
Uh huh.
scrapped the original idea, but what I was trying to do originally was with my first female, since she on the leaner side, I was gonna breed her to another lean dog. And since the Bella's on the thicker side, I was gonna breed her and Conco together because they both thick. So then eventually I wanted to tie the lines together to kind of get a hybrid, like a hybrid body style, lean and athletic, but still thick and strong. If you see what I'm saying.
Yeah, I do. Um, man. So I wanted to say this. So
Hmm.
I get it. So CDC,
Mm-hmm.
when
Mm-hmm.
you pick a horrible puppy, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're supposed to make sure that you it's a sturdy build to it and that it has good eyes, right?
Absolutely.
No cherry eye, right?
Yeah, no, because if you that
That's the
is
genetics, right?
yeah, yeah, it can pass that on. The dog is most likely the offspring is most likely to get it as well if
What
the
about the
dog is
kink tail?
can't tell. I don't know about that. You know the board when you crop them joints. That's
What does
you
cherry eye actually do to the dog though?
Nothing. You could. It can be fixed with surgery.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, but
I know somebody that do it at home, but he was like a military
Yeah, you can push it in. If you're lucky, it
yeah.
won't come back.
right.
But that's if you're
Mm.
lucky.
But it does show the look off of your dog also in presentation and say if you were to show it or anything like that, it just doesn't add to the aesthetic of the dog, which can turn people
Those
away.
usually they kind of
Huh?
mastiffs, right?
Oh yeah, it's more known or more prone in mastiffs, but big biz dogs just said hounds carry cherry eye, bulldogs carry it.
Yeah.
Uh, I think just about any dog can get it, but it's more common in like the mastiffs and the bulldog. The wrinklier dogs, more skin dogs.
Hold on, I'm getting some feedback. I don't know what that was from.
It's just like bloat also. Bloat if a dog does have bloat and it has offspring, they're more likely to get it as well.
Yep. And the mastiffs is more prone to bloat
Yep.
and say like a pit
Absolutely.
bull.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah.
Absolutely. But yeah, no, the Borvals they usually crop the tail on them. You know, it's just a part of their line of work. You don't see the ear crop, you know, because they may get confused for like a Corso or something like that. I've seen some crop Borvals and it looks like a Corso or another Mastiff. Um, which it can.
I
I
feel
mean, you
like the
can still
Borble
do it
wouldn't look
though,
right with a crop tier.
huh?
I don't think a Borble would look that good with a crop tier.
Yeah, I agree. It doesn't sit right with me, but it's not in the standard also for a crop deer.
Mm.
So, yeah.
I like that. So Matt, you hear
Yes,
Matt?
sir. Yes, sir.
So Matt, when you got what's his name? Rhino, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you produce Rhino or you bought Rhino?
Bought.
You bought Rhino. All right. So what made you buy Rhino?
Mm-hmm.
The parents. Well, I didn't. From my opinion, I didn't want the weenie looking pit bull.
What you
I
mean by
want.
that?
Okay.
They say that's
You
the
didn't want
real pit bull, but I think they look like weenies to me.
Like the longer,
Like
longer,
they got their heads look big because their bodies are so small.
small and sleek, or it's just small, like as small like a Yorkie. What you mean?
The pit bulls that be 30, 40 pounds, 50 pounds.
Okay.
I wanted 100 pounder.
Hmm.
So that's what I went for.
so Rhino was 100 pounds?
80.
Okay.
Yeah, he didn't reach his dad as far as size.
So where you get Big Mama from? Was that off of Rhino?
Off of Rhino, yeah. So
Ah.
he produced something bigger.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
mm, Okay. Well, that's a good way. I'm glad that you say that because I wanted to get into that, right? Because if genetics didn't really matter when breeding, then how can Rhino, a smaller dog produce a bigger dog than himself?
Right.
How you
That's
think
why
that's possible, man?
genetics. That's genetics. People be like, "What you feeding the dog?" And I had to break it down to them.
Right.
It's in the blood. You know, I got food with that too. You can get food with
Uh
the
huh.
feeding thing, and it will
Uh
not
huh.
change your dog.
I think Lester at Cannon Bulldog said it best. He was like, people say, "What do you feed your dog?" Some people say the dog he got his dog on steroids, which isn't true. Um, he says I don't do anything special. Like I condition my dogs. I don't work them. They I just I just look for certain lines that have certain traits, like lines that have tighter skin. So of course musculature and in the frame will be shown more with tighter skin. So the dog will look more muscular, or its muscle will be shown at a higher value. And he said if he like his larger dogs, his larger muscular, massier dogs, he just looks for lines that have muscular, massive dogs that are still athletic.
Yeah, that's a lot. A lot of breeders do breed with their eyes, and then a lot of breeders breed on the genetic aspect.
Right.
You know what I mean? They look at the pyramid and see if they can double up on the muscle, double up on
Right.
different genes.
Which one do you think is easier? Just breeding off of eyes or breeding off the whole table of contents?
Maybe the table of content because they say you can't get what you want with one hit.
Right.
So I think you have to try on your own to see what you can come up with.
Yeah. Okay.
All right,
I
but I
like
have a
that.
question about the lines though
Mhm.
and breeds. So say you got a pit or any other dog and there's different types, but it's still under the name of mm, American Pit Bull Terrier. You know how there's different types of stuff, different body types, sizes and all that, different lines. So what will be the real standard of the dog then? You
Real
guys kind of see
standard.
what I'm trying to ask?
So so you're asking what's the real standard for the American Pit Bull Terrier?
No, I'm talking about in general because I kind of get confused about when people say purebred dog.
Mm-hmm.
So I be seeing it could be any breed. It'll say pit bull or bully or bulldog. They'll say this is American bulldog, but there's like five different types. So what's the real American bulldog? See what I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
What's
because
is
there's
it
so
really a
many
pure
variances.
really a pure breed because there's different variants? How, like I don't get that.
Yeah,
I'd say you sometimes I got caught up in that too. Like when people like the Borbal variants. I mean, there is some I'm pretty sure, but it's also just it's also a what I want to say. There's a standard. There's one standard, and the dogs that fit into that standard are standard Borbals. The variants that I still have questions myself on if those are just dogs that may have been crossed and then bred back to something, or they people just making stuff up, you know?
I think a pit bull has a standard. I think a bully has a standard. I think
Right.
all the dogs has a standard, and anything in between is a hybrid.
So okay, so you know how there are people who say there's a Scott type and there's a Johnson type.
Right.
So they're both American, which will be the real American bulldog. Would it just be the standard type? Like, how does that work?
Hybrids, people's
Hybrid.
own visions.
I think it depends on registry also, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's what I'm
So
saying. The standard.
I think it would stay with the standard. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So the
Even though
standard's the
those
real American bulldog.
that's what I would say. Yeah. Just
Mm.
because you can't take one of those other variants from the dog and show it because it's
Right.
Right.
not fit within the standard.
So
See
would
what
you guys consider the Scott and Johnson as American dog?
I do?
Yeah,
Yeah. They're
I
American
think it's just a
Bulldog.
different variant. Yeah, like it's a hybrid, but it's still considered that
I mean,
under
there's
the
two people
blanket.
that took two different routes. I think they were breeding the same thing at one point, but then they both took two different routes.
Hmm.
Mm.
Like I'm sure there's a registry that accepts both. I'm just not 100% sure, and I don't want to put that out there.
Oh, the registry gonna accept it all. You know, they gonna get the money. But when it comes to the shows, like I can't take my pit bull to the pit bull show.
Right. Right. But you might it's like this. It's like you might have UKC papers, but you can't show it. It's
Mm.
like
Mm.
You can
so
show it, but
like
he might not win.
well, I think if it's not within the standard with the UKC, then you can't show it because they will say that it doesn't qualify to show. But you still might get paperwork for the dog, but it might not qualify to be in the show. So they got like UKC got like all these different type of services. So like you might have UKC paperwork, but it might not be UKC paperwork. You see what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
I could see them turning you around. They
Yeah,
strict.
yeah. I mean ABBA too. I mean a lot of these registries are strict nowadays.
It's only in the
ABK,
bully world that you can do whatever you want to do.
Not no more though. It's kind of changing too. With ABKC, it's like they only looking for the girth.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So the
AKC.
So,
UKC does accept both types, and they have two different standards for both of them.
all right. So, say somebody do make their own variant, would you still consider that a part of the main breed, even though it's a whole new variant?
No, that would
Yep.
be like you mean like if you made a American Pit Bull Terrier.
Yeah, like
No, he
someone try to make their own type, but still
he
consider
right
it as
though
American
because
Pit Bull Terrier.
the what you call is a different the XL and the Merle
That's a different way, huh?
is being accepted.
As bullies, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
With
but I
with
think
with what registry though?
ABKC,
I thought ABKC see that as a flaw.
not anymore.
Okay,
probably
because
not the main.
I thought they was naming that dog like they was calling that something like a patch or
Nope.
something. Or
They on the trial run with the Merles. And far as the XLs, they kind of on the trial run too, trying to get people to bring them out.
Mm-hmm.
But they have accepted them. But you just can't get points
right,
as far as the Merle.
right.
Hmm.
Yeah, that probably changed. I mean, they changed so much. I mean, because UKC, I think they still see flaws in the Merle dog. I think
So,
I
would
don't.
y'all consider an XL Pit Bull as a Pit Bull?
there's no such thing.
No, that's a bully basically.
Yeah,
But
there's no
even
such
then,
thing.
even then, like what standard of bully is it? A standard pocket or what is it? XL, you know? So
I
that
don't know, man. That's something that's debatable right there, buddy.
what you think?
What's,
Huh?
what's
What's
the
your thought?
Because you got to think about um the big dogs that the the big jump.
Like the double XLs and the XLs,
Yeah, like the ones Hawk produce. They don't have the smash muzzle like a bully.
right?
yeah, but that wasn't no pit bull though.
I
Yeah,
would think so.
that was an XL. That was an XL bully.
I think,
Yeah, uh,
but
that was the bully.
it can't be a bully because it don't have it. The muzzle ain't smashed in.
No, but just because it don't have that, don't mean it's not a bully though.
It may just be a bully that doesn't fit the standard.
But
Yeah,
but no, right? But they wouldn't accept that dog. Period. If he walked in the show, he would not get nan ribbon nowhere.
who you talking about? Hawk?
Yep.
No, he didn't get no. Yeah, he didn't.
Because the person that owns the registry said that he will not be accepted.
Right, right. But that ain't no
So
pit bull though.
that's what he registered under.
With the UKC.
He registered as a pit bull.
Yep.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But a lot of them was registered as pit bulls with the UKC because the UKC was putting American bullies on the paperwork. They were saying American Pit Bull Terrier, so it was this whole thing where bully breeders was going around trying to get pit bull off of their paperwork. You see what I'm saying? They were trying to get American bully on their paperwork and not American Pit Bull Terrier.
Mm.
Yeah, so like that
It's just
become
hard for me to throw that in there because he don't wants to claim them. And if you ask him that question, he'll say that like even when he had to go to overseas to try to speak up for the XL,
Yeah.
He said the XL ain't a part of the bullies.
What up, Yella? Yella, I wish you was up here for this part, bro.
So it's just debatable. I don't know. I'm in the middle. I'm in the middle.
I feel what you're saying, bro. But for me, I feel like the American Pit Bull Terrier is the American Pit Bull Terrier. And I think the confusion came with people trying to claim the bullies was American Pit Bull Terriers. And I think that's what came and messed the game up to me.
Yeah.
You
Yellow
know,
blank too. Yeah.
yeah, he don't play it, man. He don't play about the Pit Bull.
He don't play that.
He don't play
Homie
about
don't
the Pit
homie
Bull
don't play that.
at all.
Yella, I'm laughing because I'm just imagining you up here talking about how the XL, the people that say XL pit bulls is pit bulls are calling them pit bulls American Pit Bull Terriers when they not. That's why I'm laughing, man.
They
Because
need to. It need to be another name for these jokers. Then,
it do. Because then you got real people actually thinking they got an XL pit bull.
or you got them thinking they got bullies, but they
Yeah.
can't win anything at the show.
Right. Yeah. So you got them just stuck in a rut or in a rock and a hard place, thinking they got either one of those, and they don't got neither.
And then they throw a Merle coat on them and sell them for high. And
But
For
I
some,
think that's what
huh?
I think that's where that confusion come in that because a lot of people don't understand that part. They
Right.
don't understand that that's not a pit bull. They don't understand what a true American pit bull terrier is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the thing. That's where the confusion come in at. And I feel like that's what makes me mad about it between the AM staff and the pit bull right now today because that's totally not the same dog right
Right.
now today.
Right now.
You know what I'm saying? Like what it was 30, 40 years ago, okay, but I'm talking about right now today, that dog, they went totally different places with those dogs.
Right.
And the Pit Bull Terrier looked like the Pit Bull Terrier, and the Staffordshire Terrier is closer to the American Bully, right?
Right.
So the thing is, it's like I think all of that confusion come in, and people say, okay, well, I got an American Pit Bull Terrier because it's easier to say that than to say I got a bully, but he doesn't fit the standard. He's too big to show. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's where that come in at. And
yo,
it can,
but the Staffy is a beautiful dog. What happened?
I love the Staffy. I like where the Staffy is right now. I like that it went separate. I like it. I like that it went in a different direction because it deserves to be in its own category.
It's like,
Mm.
yeah, it don't have its flowers though. You know what I'm saying?
It don't get its flowers, but that's because a lot of people don't. A lot of people are confused. They saying if I get an Am staff, I might as well just get a pit bull. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you can have an Amstab, you can have a pit bull, and then you can register it as an Amstab somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Or a different registry. It's that confusion, and that's what I'm saying. That confusion is the same thing that happened with the bullies, and then people start calling them American Pit Bull Terrier. You see what I'm saying? So you'll have something like the Hawk, and then that's a double XL pit bull. But there's no such thing as that. We ain't never had no double XL pit bull in the hood. Where'd that come from?
True.
Right? I never saw that.
It was just a pit
Now,
bull that was little, and you thought could kill a lion.
A little scrappy.
that's it. That's it.
Yeah, other than that, yeah, that's just a name or a sales tactic. One of them,
That's what I'm saying.
like you
But
said, it confuses people. And I think Mr. Price said it best. He said, you talk to these breeders now, and you just feel like you got nothing from it. You just feel confused. You feel
Uh-huh.
had. That's what's going on. People feel had, or they don't know they had, or they've been had, and they have been had. You don't know you've been had, but you've been had.
you've been hoodwinked, bamboozled.
Led astray. Acting
I
different,
feel like
different.
And I feel like that's what the difference is, though. To be
Your dog
honest,
look different from an American Pit Bull Terrier.
absolutely. So how can you call that American Pit Bull Terrier when it's not?
I'd say just give it. But I think we make it too many names, or making it's just a lot of different things being created at the
Talk
time,
talk
to
about it.
where people believe it's actually something, or it's been around like a Neapolitan Mastiff, or like a American Pit Bull Terrier, or English Bulldog has been around. I think that's it's like people believe that it's been around like that, but it hasn't. It's been around 5 years, 4 years, 8 years at the most, 10 years at the most.
Right.
But it's nothing established, or it may be established in some markets, but it's not something that is established in the sense it's proper, has a standard. You know what you'll get, and it's a real thing. It's an understood thing.
I agree. They go yellow, man. Y'all ain't got them started.
Sales tactic, definitely not just a name. People with other breeds need to put respect on the pit bull breed and name. I
Yo, the
get
general public don't know what a real pit bull is. I had somebody come to the house, a buyer come to the house, and she was like, "I'm not afraid of your dogs, or whatever, because I got a pity at home, or whatever." And she looked at my dogs or whatever, and then she was saying how she got a pity and then one that was mixed, but they don't know what a real pit bull is.
right.
Yeah, well, of course not, because they used to the pit lab that really doesn't look like a pit bull.
That mug is everywhere.
Exactly. That's the thing, cousin. That's what's buzzing, cousin. So
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. That's where that confusion come in to a person like that come to your house. I got a pity at home, but that's not a pity. That's a hound mix. No disrespect, Bills. That's a hound, coon hound, pit bull mix.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's like that type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not the same. And I feel like that's the thing about it. But that's where the confusion come from. You know what I'm saying?
it's like those dogs are being bred more than people that's trying to delegate their work.
Right.
It's a
But that's
lot of. Go ahead. My bad. I didn't mean
no.
to.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead, brother.
A lot of commercialized things, or things that have just washed people to believe it's something that it is that it's not. It's like Yella said, sales tactics, um, misinformation. Like, I don't want to bring it back to something I know, but I'm gonna bring it back to something I know.
Uh
Uh,
oh.
it's AKC, it's AKC Neos. I seen a Neo 130 pounds, minimal loose skin, get
Hmm.
champion at a show.
Talk about it.
People don't know that though. People will be like, "What? You're lying." All them dogs are 200 plus pounds, sloppy, and but like I said, that's it's just people have been commercialized
Yep,
in
you're right. You
sheep
bring
image.
that Joker in the bully show, and he wins top down,
Right.
easy,
Man,
just because they ain't seen it.
come on, man. It's got a different color on it. Now it's popping.
Just because
Now,
Yep.
he brought the wow factor in the building.
yeah, now it's the truth, but that's not the truth. That's Can you do this consistently? Can you create this consistently? Can it be something that sticks around like these other breeds have for thousands and hundreds of years? And is it stable? Is it good with family? Is it good with kids? What other things can you use this dog for? uh can you tell people what it really is without putting a different name on it and snatching it from somebody else or something else that is established and already here? When you trying to get established, I don't think that's establishing yourself. That's thieving. That's
Right.
thievery to me. When you
Right.
pulling from another name to get your mojo or get your juice up.
I agree.
And
I
like I said,
totally
it's
agree.
it's a lot of names being made. I think too
Yep.
many. I think
Too many.
it's too many names, too many dogs being created, and no purpose to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hey, what's my brother name on the panel?
Southside.
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 Yo,
Uh, How your dogs living, brother? How you got your setup? I need to check
You
your
said what?
Instagram. How your setup? How you got your setup for your betting dogs?
What you mean by setup?
Kennel
Like you,
set up, brother.
yeah.
You know, set up, bro.
Oh, so I got what's that called? Retrieval kennels. What I really did was kind of built my own roof. I put pallets on top and I put plywood over there. And then for the flooring, I use plywood and I just use a little bit of bricks and stack the doghouse on top of the bricks. Keep them above the ground.
Hmm.
Like my man Yella say, sell your dog,
Hmm.
sell your dog. You ain't gotta down talk nobody breed. Just sell your dog. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Indeed.
man,
Shout out to
I love Yellow One, man.
man. That's my dog, man.
Real.
That's my dog, man. For real. Shout out to Yella, man. Yella is hilarious, man.
That is not an American people territory.
Yo, he go to work about those pits. You heard?
Man, what? Let
Yo,
him
but them
reach
jokers,
your mouth
yo,
and say pit.
his
He might
puppies
just
got big
dive off.
heads. His puppies look juicy.
Yo, man, I just told him that yesterday, bro. I
I don't
said,
know
yo,
how
I
you.
gotta get one of them, man. He said, Doro, I produce American Pit Bull Terriers like this all the time. So whenever you're ready, brother.
Uh,
Yeah, that's my boy, man. Yeah, I mean, Alex, what up, Alex?
Yeah, you can tell it's quality because usually they come out looking all pitiful.
Hey, man,
Ain't nothing wrong
I'm
with it.
I'm trying to, bro. I'm trying to, but man, like you be having me dying, man. Especially when you be like, you don't gotta talk down about nobody breed. Sell your dog. You know what I mean? I'll be like,
And he be dead serious too.
he be dead serious, man.
He don't be playing.
Alex, what's that word? What's that word? South Philly in the building. South Philly finest, man. What's that word, gang?
Man,
Yo, I ain't know they actually got shows representing for protection dogs. That was pretty cool what I saw today.
where you see that at?
It was another channel. I don't even know his name,
Mm-hmm.
but Buddy was he got it was like a 110 pounder bully, and man, that Joker was putting in some work.
I didn't even
The
know that.
bullies do numbers, man. On the tube.
And there was a lot of people there too.
Yeah,
Like you had to have command over your dog, had to have good release.
man. I wish people had that.
Tell you the truth.
Man, I still have a shirt.
What
Hey,
kind of
and
shirt,
they,
bro?
The shirt that I had on when I got attacked.
Oh yeah, well, I
And then
mean,
and
bro,
then this individual has the nerve to message me and say, "Hey man, he got a lot of drive. What you think if I bred him to such and such at the house?"
man,
man, I'll
kill
tell
dog.
Yeah, f that dog, man. No, I don't want to. I don't even want to hear dog from you no more. That's insane. The
hey,
real.
Southside,
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
you hear it, bro?
Yo, you can hear me?
Oh man, you messed up again, bro.
Yeah.
You sound like you on an airplane.
You said you said what? Y'all can hear me?
All right, come.
It's breaking up a
All right,
little
say
bit.
something now.
Y'all can hear me now?
A little bit.
Yeah, it
You
broke up
sound a little
still.
choppy.
Yeah.
Hey, I wanted to
I come
tap
back.
in on what you said earlier too, because
What I said?
you said when you are generating, or not, not quoting me, but when you're making content, you want to make sure that you're putting out stuff that along the lines of good health and
Mm-hmm.
things of that nature. It's,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? Because just putting out what you do
Mm-hmm.
can harm the people that's watching.
Yeah, it is.
When you
Oh yeah,
feeding them, if you feeding your dog a whole bird with feathers,
There
just
we
because
go.
you want to try it, you know.
that's real.
There we go, bro. That's what I'm talking about, bro. That's what I'm talking about.
This
That's the
is
thing.
simply, oh, my bad. Go ahead, cook.
No,
Go
go ahead,
ahead,
bro.
cook, man.
Go ahead, bro.
I mean,
Go ahead.
just as simple as letting your dog jump up on you, and oh my goodness, Sparky, I love you. I mean, just as simple as that. That can be. People do that. But, oh, it's okay, but don't know the dog is challenging them or trying to dominate them, even if it is in the slightest movement or fashion. Yeah, you got to be real careful what you say, because some people will take that and be like, "Oh my God, I want to be just like him." He's amazing. His dogs look amazing. Uh, he feeds amazing, but there's no true show of the great effects it has on the dog. And if your word is valid, I mean, even our word, I mean,
Yeah.
the real your word is probably the most valid out of us to feel the work you did when it comes to what you talk about. But you got to be careful what you say.
We do.
You get somebody dog killed, sick,
Yep.
run somebody vet bill up,
Yep.
a lot.
And I've seen that. I was speaking to you on the phone one night, and
Hmm.
you know, this guy CDC is a comedian.
Nah,
So
I'm not a comedian. I'm not a
I'm on
comedian.
the phone. I'm on the phone, fireball, mad and passionate, talking about what I seen in the vet field. This dude hit me with one of these. He said, "Yo, you want to fight one of them right now, don't you?"
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, he hit me like that. I'm all mad, passionate about these guys that I feel like killing the dog community. And then here go this guy. You want to fight with him right now, don't you?
If you just see,
And
if you seen one of them right now, you'll put them in a smooth chicken wing, wouldn't you?
there you go. There you go.
Absolutely. And he know, and he agree every time. He don't be like, no, he be like, yeah, I would. I ain't gonna lie, I would.
I would.
See what I'm
That's
saying?
that's the thing. I would.
No hesitation.
No hesitation. But it's one of those
Right for
things
sure.
that's what I'm saying. Like very important when we talking about this health stuff. It's very important to make sure that we are not only just talking about something that we might have seen someone else say, but we actually know this stuff for facts.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's the important thing. You know what I'm saying? You got to know what to give your dog, what not to give your dog. You can't give your dog, depending on your breed, you can't give your dog every supplement that I post.
You can't.
You know what I'm saying? But you have to know that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You have to know these things. It's not like, oh, yo, Doro said for me to go get this right here, I'm gonna go get it. Now, if I'm
And
talking
you
about a
know.
bully, if I'm talking about American Pit Bull Terrier, like my man Yella, go get it. Bullies and pits ain't far off. So what a bully can have, a pit can have. But if you got a Kane and I got a bully, I wouldn't recommend me doing what I do with my bully. You
Right.
try to do that with your Kane. That's two different dog breeds.
Right. Two different sizes, two different immune systems, allergies. I mean, it's a lot. And just considering the same thing for two different dog breeds, two different sizes, structures, frames,
Hmm.
health problems. Like I just said, that's very dangerous.
Hmm.
I mean, you
So
could
what do
you,
y'all
you
think
could
is?
listen to a person. Oh, I'm sorry, my bad, bro.
No,
Go
my
ahead.
No,
bad, my
go
bad.
ahead. Go ahead. I want
You
to hear
could
what you got to say.
you could listen to a person for 2 years and say they've been feeding raw, and then boom, they'll switch up and say, well, guys, I'm gonna have to. do some kibble and
Mm,
do you know what I'm saying? Because
mhm,
now
yep.
they dog is showing effects. So you live in the time with them. It ain't like they got 10 years doing a certain thing and it's proven.
Nah, no, but that's the thing, fellas. Like that's why I wanted to bring my experiences to my channel, and I wanted to spread the word with awareness for people who really care about and love their dogs. You gotta understand, the people that come on Doro Lounge is people that really love their dogs. I'm not doing a radio talk show. I'm not doing a show where, you know what I'm saying, I'm not trying to be like Mari, I'm not trying to be like Vlad, I'm not trying to be like none of that. This right here is all about experiences and our knowledge that we're giving. So the thing is, it's like when I start seeing things, I already know. People that feed their dog raw don't even understand that you're supposed to deworm your dog every 3 months
Mm,
when you
mhm,
feed in raw. Okay, they don't even know that. So you ask a person, "What's your deworming schedule?" Okay, oh, I gave him some dewormer. You know what I'm saying, about 10 months ago, huh?
mm,
I go
mm,
10 months and 10 months, huh? So you don't know that your your dog sniff, put his nose in the grass. I don't care if it's your grass or someone else's grass. I don't care
mm.
what grass it is. Is it not parasites in grass?
It is.
All right then. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you still get them rabies
So
shots?
I do. In Pennsylvania. It's mandatory that you gotta have 'em.
Mm,
So I don't know if in NC where you at. I'm not sure if it's mandatory, bro. But up here it's mandatory. You gotta have your dog rabies, and your dog gotta be licensed up here.
Yeah, it's mandatory.
Yep.
so what do y'all recommend to feed a dog then?
I mean,
Like
me
what dog
personally,
food?
that's a good work. That's good work, Yella. That's good work. Um, what dog brand?
Yeah.
It's. I
Like
mean,
what would y'all feed it?
it's a lot of good dog brands. Good dog food brands that's out that I got respect for. I
that's
think,
deep.
yeah, yeah, I do that too though, Yella. Just going back to what you saying, I do every 3 months. I was doing every 6 months because you could go 6 to 6 too, but I just found it more effective to go maybe fenbendazole this month, uh, Pyrantel 3 months after that. You know what I'm saying? Then I go a little
Hitting them with
deeper.
everything.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Then I do a
Hmm.
little de-earth in between, and then I might do Pyrantel. You know what I'm saying? Then I might switch up and I might just ask the vet, you know what I'm saying, for some Drontal. Just to because you want that four quad, and you know fenbendazole got that four quad. Pyrantel only gonna take care of two worms. You know what I'm saying? So you the dog can get um the dog can still get other worms and other uh zoonotic parasites. Um, I mean, we feed kibble and wet, and she eats it, and she's energetic and has a shiny coat. So that's what I'm fitting to continue to do. That's good, bro.
Stick to your plan. I do the
Yeah.
same thing too. I just add some healthy stuff periodically.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. Trying to get those tapes. Absolutely. Yep. Yep. My man, no man. That's. I mean, stick to what you do, man. That's the thing. That's why I like to tell people a lot of times. I mean, I
That's
would just make sure, like I did a video, more meat in the dog food, and I said here's why. Because it's a lot of people make mistakes on thinking that the dog can just eat kibble, and really, like, if you do that, then you should make sure your dog has some water in the kibble, just to make it softer, so when they poop out, their poop is hydrated, because kibble is a carbohydrate. So you want to make sure that you have something in there that's wet, that, you know what I'm saying, that can help your dog uh You know what I'm saying? Like poop it out and have a healthy poop, and they're not straining so much.
Right.
So like that's why I made that video for people. Like I like to do two meats. Like I said, I'll do some turkey wings. I'll do some ground beef. I'll do some ground turkey. You know what I'm saying? I'll do two meats in that joint, and then a little bit of kibbles, a little bit of fruit. You know what I'm saying? And depending on the month, I'll do some de-earth, and if they already had fenbendazole, then um I'll just do they uh man, why am I catching a blank right now? I'll do they probiotic. My fault, y'all. I'll do their probiotic um every day. I don't do that when I do the de-earth because it will make their stomach upset. But so if you got a probiotic and you hold that back a little bit when you deworming, that just help them because the deworming got everything it need at that time. And it's 3 days. It's not deworming your dog one time. You gotta do it 3 days. Three bags of fenbendazole, three times in the food of pyrantel, drontal, whatever you got. It's always 3 days. 3 days, not one. And say you dewormed it, and then it's 3 days in the month if you do 3 months. So that means right now it's July. If you deworm your dog today, you're gonna deworm it today, you're gonna deworm it tomorrow, and you're gonna deworm it on Tuesday. So that's 3 days. And then it's good, should be good. Then 3 months come up, you put that parental in there, 3 days. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 3 days. So
Yeah.
that's just how it is.
And in the meantime, in between time, get you some chopped up garlic, the real garlic. Make sure you chop it up, leave it
That's good for
sitting
the
in the
heart.
air for about 10 minutes. Get you some honey,
Mm.
Mhm.
some pumpkin,
Pumpkin is good for digestion.
some good supplements if you need it.
Hmm. Yep, yep, that's a fact. Pumpkin is good for the digestion. It actually helps the stomach as well. If your dog should have an upset stomach or have don't have the best poops right now, a little bit of diarrhea, take a not a whole lot of pumpkin because that'll make them go more, but you take like a spoonful and put it in the bland rice and the bland boiled chicken diet. Do that for 3 days with a spoonful of pumpkin, and you straight.
Hmm.
You straight.
Keep you some Benadryl in the summertime,
Give you
cause
some benefit
I already
time.
had to deal with a bee sting.
That would definitely help you, bro. Absolutely.
Whole face was swollen.
Bet. I bet. But like, yeah, Yella, that's a good thing right there. He said last few days I've been drizzling some fish grease over the dog's food. That's that's different right there, bro.
Ain't nothing like that good fish grease, good fish oil.
You know what I mean? That's different right there. But yeah, like you start to get into that type of thing, and that helps bring awareness to people to help because like I always say, man, the American Pit Bull Terrier, the bully, they got some of the most sensitive stomachs. You know what I'm saying? It's just true. So you know what I'm saying? Like you want to make sure that you crossing your T's and dotting your I's when you got these dogs. You know what I'm saying? Like what CDC gonna have on his yard, his care is a little bit different. Like that's a bigger dog though. So, his care for that dog is gonna be a little bit different. How
Right.
much parental he get that dog is gonna be different. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
So
like
okay. So let's say CDC got Borbles, and he start all his Borbles off eating um hamburger meat raw. You know what I mean?
uh,
But that's his program.
look, I'm not gonna get on his platform and say what not to do or what to do.
Right.
I'm here for the people that want to know. And if you like, yo, this my program, this what I do, I
No, I'm
encourage you
saying
to do.
How do you switch up that raw to what you want to do?
All right, so that's a good question. I see what you're saying now. So if he was feeding his dogs raw, and then he said, I want to go to kibble, and I want to do what Doro do. All right, so he would take 3 days. It would take that dog 3 days to get all that raw meat out of his system. 3 days. So he would introduce that kibble slow because the dog never had kibble. That's number one. It only used to that meat. All right. So he gonna want to introduce that slow. He don't want to do that fast because that's just gonna cause an upset even more if he was having an upset with that raw hamburger meat. You know what I'm saying? So he gonna do that. He gonna introduce that slow, and that's gonna help out. And that's gonna be like, oh, okay, you know what I'm saying? Now that's any food. When you change any food, whether you got kibble to kibble, you want to take a little bit of that kibble, a little bit of the new kibble. You want to mix it up for 3 days, and you want to give it to them. Now, that fourth day, you want to give a little bit of what you've been feeding and more of the new food on the fourth day. And you should have an easy transition over to the new food with no diarrhea, no upset stomach, no nothing. Now, if you just stop a food and you've been feeding another food, you go to a new brand, then you're gonna get diarrhea. You're gonna get it bad.
Shock the system.
Right. So it's just like me and CDC was fooling on the phone yesterday. He was telling me how you eat elk. You know what I mean? He was like, man, you couldn't eat elk, Doro, because you ain't never had it before. You eat some elk, man, your stomach gonna be messed up. You know what I'm
Smashed.
right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah. Can't eat that
So
for
that's the
supper.
same thing. Go ahead, bro.
I said you can't eat that for supper. There you go. He always laughing.
Be
I ain't even
bubbling.
making no joke.
Be
Cause
bubbling,
who,
boy.
cause who eats supper? Who eats supper over here, bro?
You just
That man
I
said
called
sup.
you before the show. You said you ate supper.
Man,
You was
I
eating
was
supper.
trolling, bro.
Oh man, I thought you had a nice bowl of supper.
We don't eat supper in Philadelphia,
Man,
man.
challenge you
Man, I
to a
want to
duel.
yellow one. You eat supper.
I don't even think
Comment
I'm being.
in the chat and let us know if you eat supper.
Man, I ain't know people still stayed in Philly.
Mm,
Damn.
mm.
You think Philadelphia
Y'all
is
still there.
dark balls?
Y'all still there?
Yeah, it's like they used to make all, the movies and all that shit.
They do say it's dirty in Philly.
Hey, man, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm from one of the most dirtiest places, man. Yella said he never used the word supper, man, and he know that, man. We say dinner for sure. He know that. He talking about somebody, man.
No, I ain't talking about nobody.
Yes,
I
you
just
are. You being
I
petty.
just I
You
just
being petty.
obtained the word definition. I mean the word supper recently.
Hey,
Man,
hey, pipes. He said us Pennsylvania Dutch eat supper. No lies. LOL.
Mm-hmm.
So
you know what I'm saying?
you a Dutch?
That's your area, man.
We
Y'all
need
be eating
supper.
supper.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm from Philadelphia, not Pennsylvania. Fool. Pennsylvania, my state.
So you, okay,
I'm from Philadelphia though.
gotcha.
But he talking about like up Pennsylvania. Do y'all drink pop or soda? We say soda in Philly. But I know in Detroit they say pop.
Yeah, yeah. It's hip hop.
Yeah, I know.
Man, they was messing me up with that bodega stuff. Like, what the hell is that?
Man,
I
Darrell,
never heard
so
nobody
what
say
do you
pop.
want your kennel identity to be?
Ooh, that's a good question.
And how would you build it? I know you probably don't want to say everything, but
Yeah,
just tell us a
I
little
ain't gonna
bit.
say that. I ain't gonna say that.
Huh?
Uh, I, you answer it first.
Man. Okay. Well, of course, it'll be based on the state guardians. Two breeds that I really am fond of: the South African Borbal and the Neapolitan Mastiff. Two dogs I really am, excuse me, truly fond of. Just breeding goals, just preserve modern Neapolitan and Borbal appearance, maximize that man stopping power and that territorial dominance, but also make sure there's enough what's the word I'm looking for? Make sure that they understand what's a threat and what's not a threat. Um avoid the softer genetics. I want these dogs to be able to handle whoever or whatever comes knocking on the door or is walking up the driveway. Um so structure of course will be prioritized, nerve and psychological and physical hardiness and these dogs. I don't want these dogs to break down easily. I want these dogs to be big, strong, and aggressive in the sense of, like I said, they know what's a problem and what's not a problem, and can still be around children and love on the family. Um, hmm, and with that, that goes into temperament testing, uh, barrier aggression, seeing if the dog will create a border between me, the dog, and the threat. Uh, ooh, I'm dropping stuff. So neutral to things that don't perceive themselves as problems, suspicious naturally of things, and defensive without a command, but also able to turn it right off and be able to sit on the floor with the kids and play around or whatever, or run around with the children every now and then, and willing to engage with the threat. But I don't plan to do any protection training. I want to build this solely and purely off of just straight genetics.
Mm.
And those thick bones, the strong neck, broad head, that deep chest, that tight feet. Um, some loose skin on that Neo, just so if it does get grabbed, it won't damage the dog as much. But make sure it doesn't interfere with anything visual, or even when it bites, it doesn't bite its lip.
Mhm.
And then like I said, a balanced defense and fight drive. And of course we're gonna health test, cardiac and eye. And then just raising them in an environment to be confident, loud noises. I don't want to bring them around too many people because I don't want too many people to be able to have access to my dog.
Right.
Only a select few, mom, dad, and maybe one cousin. The rest of them, they might get it.
What about your uncle?
He getting it. He getting it after today. After today, yellow one. I gotta send you what happened. I posted it, but you gotta see this. You'll think I was wrestling with a game dog. I was wrestling with a mangy dog. He was mangy. I'll give him that. But yeah, that'll be my kennel identity. Farm work will be more for the Borbal. The Neos, they tend to end up fighting livestock or killing livestock, and also they both kind of withhold animal aggression, which may be more dominance driven, but still animal aggression at the end of the day.
Mm.
So I want to kind of not water it down, but make sure it doesn't become too much of a problem in the home or if they're outside amongst each other. Hmm.
I like that, man. Round
Yeah,
of applause for my man. CDC spitting that game, spitting that fire.
you feel me?
So, CDC, do you think the Borbal will be a good farm dog?
Yeah, brother, that's in the name. Borble
Because I feel
means
like they're
farm dog.
more tolerate animals, but I wouldn't say like how a livestock guardian would be.
Well, they use them in Africa. They are still used somewhat and were used to be that. They protected livestock, and Borbles usually don't tend to kill or attack something smaller than them most of the time. But yeah, farm dog is the Borble's name. That's what Borble means, farm dog. So they were used for all of that. They deterred baboons and other predators from stealing food or messing with animals and stealing livestock and whatnot. So that was their function. That was what they were used for, and to keep people out also, not just necessarily animals. And
Mm-hmm.
the Neapolitan Mastiff kind of did the same thing in Italy. Still does a thing, but like I said, I don't know too much about the population of wolves in Italy anymore. But they definitely deterred and kind of was face to face with wolves in Italy. But like I said, they weren't great farm dogs. They were just a state guardian, so they made sure nothing like got in or came in. What's the word I'm looking for? Caused any disturbance.
Mm.
Hmm.
Mm.
Yes,
I like
sir.
What
that.
about you, Duro? Though
What's up, bro?
you ain't say how you want to represent your kennel?
Man, your kennel identity, man. Come on, you try to
Yeah.
pass it off to me. Go ahead. I'm throwing the live. Dunk it.
I can't say too much.
Now he incognito. Okay.
I
Okay.
can't say too much. No, I'm playing, man. um,
See,
um,
he be talking about
the
me being
thing,
a comedian. He always giggling.
man, I'm silly, bro. I'm one of the silliest people you ever meet. A lot of people won't even know that though, but like I'm a straight clown, bro. And my
Right. Right.
like my,
Absolutely.
my joke back game is impeccable, bro. Like I make somebody want to tap out, like yo, I don't, no, you hurt my feelings. You know what I mean? So
I feel
breaking
you.
news, but I want this. What I'm saying, my kennel, how I represent what I want my kennel to rep is I wanted to represent healthy dogs, the proper bred the right way with love, and um the proper what can I say? What's the word that I'm looking for, man? Basically, I want my dogs to go to homes where I can see them thrive and prosper. Um, if a breeder was to get my dog, I want to make sure that I have contract with that breeder um, to say you can't just breed and breed my dog, and then when you're done with him, you're gonna put him in a shelter. You're not having none of that. So I feel like um, everybody just that call me, you're not going to be able to obtain a dog from me because it's not about that paper with me. It's about the dogs. So I don't ever want to make it seem like yo, I just want people money. I really want to make sure because I want my dogs. I want you to send me pictures of my dogs. I don't care if they 10 years old. I still want you to send me pictures and be like, yo, man, you know, look at this dog. I mean, look at Brutus. Like I want to see Brutus at 10. So I want to know that my dog is going somewhere with somebody that I could still have a relationship. They can hit me and be like, "Hey, man, I'm having this trouble, or I had this problem, or whatever the case is." And I want to always make sure that my business is right. But I want to breed within my standard. I don't want to breed to do a bunch of foolishness, but I want to breed into my standard. Now, will I have a different line? I will. And me and Southside, me and you talked about what we want to do, um, as well as all of us here. So we already know what we want to do, but that will be that other thing. You know what I'm saying? But my main thing, I want to make sure that my thing, not is temperament, is health. You know what I'm saying? Is the right mix of everything. You still gonna get your protection, your guardian. You still gonna get that family dog. You're gonna get that emotional support. You still gonna get that. You know what I'm saying? That great dog that's for the family. But also, if it's a threat, they ain't jacking him. They ready to get their life up for you. And that's what I want to produce, a healthy dog. That's why my name is Durables, because I want to make durable dogs. You know what I'm saying? Durable dogs that you can have for a long, long time. You know what I'm saying? And that just
Yeah.
starts with me making sure that my genetics is right. Now I know my boy genetics are right, and
Facts.
my female is I'm acquiring her from a top breeder. So I already know her genetics is gonna be right. You know what I'm saying? So that's all
Facts.
that matters to me. Yo, there you go, man. There you go.
Bro,
Yeah, I
I'm
like
just
that.
like you spitting, man. Come on, man. Keep going.
Honestly though, like I kind of when I sell puppies, I'm probably gonna spay and neuter most of them though.
You said you
Body
gonna spay them?
spay and neuter them.
Why?
I don't think everybody should breed a dog. Like I don't want I don't want everybody like I agree with you, Duro. I wouldn't sell it to just anybody. It gotta be specific people.
Right,
But still, I wouldn't want them to just randomly decide, oh yeah, I just want to breed this. I mean, unless
right,
they got the right intentions though.
Mm-hmm.
right. Because you don't want to just that. And it's something I said earlier, and I said it's some top kennels that only sell you the first, the second, and the third pick. And once they get anything down goes to a pet home, you don't get papers. And the reason for that is they want to make sure because there's some people that only want the dog for the pedigree. It's some people that only want the dog for the irresponsible reasons for wanting the dog, right? So
And
that
bring your little
eliminates
dog down the street.
right. That eliminates that. That eliminates that. That
Right.
eliminates messing up the breed and messing up, you about to do this with the dog, you about to do that with the dog. That eliminates that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because now, like I said, now it's getting harder to sell a dog without papers. You know what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
now people like, hold on, man. Where the paperwork at? That's what people asking now. Females is asking for paperwork. So it's slightly changing. You know what I'm saying? Slightly changing.
Facts.
So at the end of the day, now see before it didn't matter. It was like, yo, it don't got no papers. I want the dog. I'm about a dog. But see now, as people catching on, they like, okay, so what's going on? Is this just some backyard breeding crap? Because if that's it, and it's gonna have genetic or it's gonna have joint problems, I can just go to the shelter for 500. Why am I gonna give you, this amount of money for a dog that's gonna have the same issues where I go to the shelter and get that same dog for $500? You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So that's where it comes down to it. That's when responsible breeding and giving it to a responsible owner. And that's just something I just check from certain breeders. Some of my OGs in real life, that's it's just like certain people that just talk to me and tell me, you know what I'm saying, you want to make sure you got your business right. Your business is going to go farther than you just breeding a dog selling it. If you got your business right, man, your presentation is right, man, that's going to make people want to buy a dog from you. Like when I bought Bane, I wanted to buy Bane. That breeder made me want to buy him. He made me want to do business with him. You see what I'm saying? And that's what I
Yeah.
want to do when people call me. I want people to be like, "Yo, man, I really like boy. He knowledgeable. He know what he talking about. He very nice. It's like a family operated kennel, and this is I want to shop with him. That's what I want. I don't want to turn nobody off and be like, oh, because I'm so cocky or I'm so yeah, man. I've been doing this. I don't need that. You know what I'm saying? I want to stay humble no matter how big or how small of a kennel I am. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree. Hmm. Mm.
What you talking about, man? Laser point at your eye. What you talking about, man? You crazy. Always appreciate updates on my production. Yeah, it's a good feeling, man. It's a good feeling, Yella. Like it's a good feeling seeing your productions thrive somewhere. And like you said, like your boy that you sold to somebody and they had him on a hog. You know what I'm saying? Like that was I'm sure you looked at that, bro. I'm sure you was like, yo, man,
I'll be
like
right
that,
back.
that made you feel good. Okay, bro. I'm sure that made you feel good, man. You know what I'm saying? That's one of them things that made you look at that dog and watch that video and be like, yo, I like that. So Southside, I'm with you, bro. Like I don't want any old body to obtain my dogs. You know what I mean? But I want
Yeah,
them to go to a respectable. If they're going to a breeder, I want them to go to a respectable breeder who's
yeah,
not just
exactly.
and just get rid of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I be seeing some breeders when a yard get too packed, it'll be a dog they had from the very beginning. They'll just end up giving that dog away to someone random.
Yeah, and I can't understand that, bro. Because like I was actually talking to, I think it was Gr. I was talking to about that, and he had sold the dog to somebody, and he was like, "Man, I can't believe that person got rid of that dog." You know, he was like that dog. He was telling me that dog was like his best friend. And I was just like, I didn't, I saw the relationship and I couldn't believe, like, this was the last litter of this dog, and then that dog is just gone. I just couldn't. But then when I said something to that person, they was like, "Man, this a business. It's a business." And I was just like, I couldn't jack it. Like I would never
Yeah,
do it. You know what I'm saying? I would never do it. Bane ain't going nowhere. I produce better than Bane, his son. You know what I'm saying? And say I get exactly what I need his first breeding, and I really don't need him like that. He's still staying with me. I'm not getting rid of my dog. You know what I'm saying? I'm not getting rid of my dog. You crazy?
I agree. I'm not
So
doing
yeah, like you know what I'm saying. So I really don't understand that narrative. To be honest with you, I don't know where that come from. Now I know it is a business, and I get that, and I do. You know what I'm saying? I get that, but I just feel like when you bond it with a dog to a certain degree, I just
that.
can't see myself getting rid of that dog, and that was my foundation male, or that was my foundation female, and I'm just letting her go off to somebody, not knowing how somebody gonna treat her,
Yeah.
you know. And if I said she done, then that person try to breed her one more time. It's a lot of things that go into that. You know what I'm saying?
So I got a question for well, basically everybody who own dogs. So say
Yeah.
you start your own breeding program or you already did, and you gotta how do y'all manage how many dogs do y'all keep? Like what's the maximum amount of dogs you would keep? How would y'all go about it?
I've been talking. I'm gonna let Matt go, and then I got you. Blood, what up, blood? What's that deal, gangster? Salute, bro.
When blood, me myself, um, I want to breed. I want to create a Pacific pet, not a Pacific pet, but I want to create a respectable pet. Um, and in creating that, making a journey to create the next big thing. Far as clientele, more than likely because of the journey in creating a pet, people will be inquiring to make their yard better.
Okay.
So far as me keeping dogs, I will be breeding to make a other people, the public, you know what I mean, something for their yard, something that can increase whatever they got.
Okay.
So the bully breeding bullies is going that way is kind of different. It's a different world
Now, when you say different, what you mean?
because it's specifically about pedigree and what blood you're carrying and what you can do to improve somebody else's yard and what they're lacking, what you're lacking, come together to make things better.
So you think the bully community is all about pedigree?
Serious ones are
I don't know.
because
I don't know.
because how are you gonna know what you're producing if you don't know what pedigree you got?
Yeah, well, I feel like That's any dog though. Anything you're doing,
Yeah, but
right?
with bullies is very specific, right? Because you can get different variants of something else if you don't breed bully to bully.
So you saying if you was to get a bully and then you breed it to a pit bull, like what? I'm not understanding what you mean.
Yeah, if you have let's say we looking at pedigrees,
Okay.
more than likely all the dogs in the pedigree
Hmm.
look the same.
Yeah, most of the time, yeah.
So if you have a bully that has Merle in it or have an XL,
Hmm.
it don't have the same pedigree as the bullies that are standard, that are pocket, if you get what
Uh,
I'm saying.
the only
A XL can be thrown in there, but it's not the majority. You get what I'm saying?
I do, but then I disagree for the simple fact that I hear you, but right now today in the bully community, it's a little bit different because XLs are going to pockets and standards is going to pockets and standards is going to XLs.
Yeah,
So
but
it's
nothing is
one.
proven. Nothing is proven. It's just trial. This is just done on people's yard. But if you listen to Pacific bully breeders and go to shows, you'll see that they ain't playing around like that. Nobody is really going to XL. Da, da, da. You got a few people that's trying to make a better standard, but more than likely those people stick to what they do.
Yeah, well, it's gonna be yeah. I see that part, but that's how you get a standard though. Most of the time, if you try and
Hmm.
do your own thing, you're gonna do an XL to a a pocket, and then you're gonna take that biggest one. That's probably gonna end up being the standard, and then you run that back, and that's pretty much how you get all that mass and that girth that everybody's looking for. Because
Right, and very
the
very
pocket's
few
got the
people
most,
cooking.
yeah, and then you're gonna double up. You're gonna take that to the mom, and you're gonna double up on those COs, and that's how you're gonna get it. You're gonna get that. You're gonna get exactly what you need from that breeding. So most of the time, that's how that cook up gonna go. That's really gonna make you, you know, at that show. That's gonna take you and put you with the rest of them. But you gotta learn how to breed, and that's the thing. A lot of people don't know how to breed. They think they know how to breed, but they don't know how to breed. They don't know to put this with that, and you get this. They don't know that. You know what I'm saying? So that's the main thing when you're breeding. You have to know exactly what you're doing. You can't go into this is the main thing. A lot of mistakes that people make in the kennels, like you go into a breeding and not so much. I don't want to say so much with the American Pit Bull Terriers because the American Pit Bull Terriers is pretty much the same. You take a pit to a pit, you're gonna get the same thing. The American Bully is a little bit different for the simple fact that it got different dogs in it, right? So the fact of the matter, what I'm saying is, if you take a bully to a bully, you might get some smaller ones. You might get some with not the biggest body on them, right? You might get some with the biggest body on them. So the thing is you know you have to know what you're going to get out of that breeding when you look at it.
Hmm.
You gotta say, I know what I'm going to get from this right here because a more tighter bred dog is way better than a scatterbred dog. You know what
Preach,
I'm saying?
preach,
Right,
Jermaine.
You
so
want
that's why they going three times this and two times that, because that's they trying to get a specific phenotype.
because you double up on that, and that's important. You double up on that. That's important. That right there is important. When you double up on that, you get all that. You get everything that you need from that breeding right there, and you might have to do that twice, like you just said. But you double up on that, and you get exactly what you need, and then boom, that puts you right where you need to be. So a lot of times, like certain people go in there like an architect, like you're trying to create stuff instead of just putting what matters, what really goes. Like you know what I'm saying? Because a bully, you can have a standard bully, or you can have technically an XL bully that doesn't look like an XL, right? That bully might appear smaller, but technically from the withers to the ground, that's technically in the standard, that's an XL,
Mm-hmm.
right? Say you take that with something and you put that with a show dog, right? Say that dog that's a little bit smaller, say he got XLs or she got XLs in the bloodline. You could potentially throw some big dogs.
You could potentially, but more than likely, you lose.
I don't know. I don't know because I saw it, man.
Yeah, it happens, but people, I don't know, they try to, you lose, you take a big risk because that terror blood takes over.
That terror blood can take over, but is it really? If it depends on where the mom and the father was at, right? Where the mom and the father was at, you look at it and you say, okay, now is my dog more on the terrier side or is it still on the bully side, right? So I've seen some dogs that's on the terrier side that's a bully throw some big wide dogs.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm saying. Like sometimes, like that might not matter. It really depends on the genetics, and that's why it's important to know the family tree, because you can see the grandfather again. If the grandfather was this dog or whatever, or this dog, you can see the grandfather again. You could potentially make that. You might not get everything, but you might get some things and be like, yo, this bull look just like Rhino. This is Rhino all over again. And that might, you know what I'm saying, that might be what you was looking for. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's when the know and the what, or what you're breeding and what you want to do, that's when that becomes important. And that's when I say pedigrees matter, because of those things. If you don't know who the grandparents are and you produce a nice dog, and say you had no idea that this dog was in the pedigree, but you sold that dog, and now you look at this dog, and then the person who bought the dog say, "Hey, man, this is off Nell Mac Rhino," and you looking at it, you said, "Man, I done sold Rhino all over again. I could have kept him,"
Mm-hmm.
but you ain't know that because you ain't know it was in Rhino pedigree. So you ain't know, like, you didn't produce Rhino again. You ain't even know that. So like that's why it's important to know the pedigree, because you like, okay, cool, man. All right, I see. Now I see this dog again. I see this dog again, or I can see the muzzle of this dog came out like the grandfather or the great grandfather. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever the case is, but you see it again and you're like, okay, that's important. That's important when you're breeding, because you're breeding to get what you need for your yard. And especially like my man GR said, like he's like, yo, when I was breeding my studs, it was certain traits that I needed them to get from khaki. So when I did my studs, when I was just breeding and I was just keeping boys, I needed them to have certain things from khaki. I needed to see khaki in there. But that's how you know when you got a producing male. When you don't have a producing male, then that litter is not highly influenced by the male. So if it's not dominant from Rhino, it's not dominant from Bane, or it's not dominant from from Khaki, then you know it's not really a producer. You know what I'm saying? It's just a dog that can breed. But when you start seeing him in that litter, that's how you know you got a producing male. That's how you know. You're like, whoa, whoa. And no matter what dog, if I was to do a breeding with you, I was to do a breeding with Southside, I was to do a breeding with Della's World. If I was to do a breeding, no matter what, we would see some bang in that litter. That's a producing dog.
Hey, what makes a dog better? Is it bigger or intelligence?
I like I like both, but it depends on what you're trying to get. Like, if you building a if you breeding a bully, then you probably trying to get bigger. If you breeding like Big Biz and Della's World, then you probably trying to get intelligence because you probably trying to hunt. You probably trying to go get a duck. You probably trying to go get, you know what I'm saying, a coyote. You probably trying to go get a hog. So that's the type of things that you probably trying to breed for. You know what I'm saying? But uh, I think you definitely have to breed for intelligence. Don't nobody want no dumb dog. I'm sorry, man.
Do your
How many?
homework on there being a difference in stubbornness and dumbness.
Pit bull, the pit bull
Talk about it, bro.
breed is a isn't that a stubborn breed?
Man, I
Yeah.
think it's just that bulldog. They stubborn, but I hear a lot of people say they like the
Yeah,
Boerboel. They say they dumb,
I
but
think
it's just
most
more.
bulldogs are stubborn.
Yeah, I think, but people say like the Boerboel is more stubborn, but I'm like it's in the state guardian. So a lot of people believe that the state guardians aren't accustomed to a lot of human direction or being guided to do something. You know what I mean? It's just they just go and do it, and they don't hear nothing from nobody else.
Yeah, of an independency thing.
My mama.
Did you just say on my mama?
Yeah, yeah, I did. Yeah, shout out to moms
Yeah, shout out to Mama Love.
for sure.
Mama Love in the hood, man, made everything good. Yeah, man, you already know.
For sure.
Uh, I feel like this, man. I feel like before you know what you have, how many litters does it take before you know what you have? Meaning to know if your dog is a producer. For real, man. If you really know your dog and you really know what you're looking for, I feel like your first litter with your dog, you should be able to see what you have, bro. Like for real. If your dog is a producer, then your dog should be highly, influenced. Your litter should be influenced by your top female or your top male or both. If you got two fire dogs, like it should be influenced. You should see some Della. You should see some Penny. You know what I'm saying? Like you should see that and your dog. You know what I mean? Like that's just how it is. Like when you really like breeding dogs and you really doing this. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would say, bro. Like, but down the road, bro, like down the road, you'll really see. You know what I'm saying? Because I won't just say one breeding, but you know what I'm saying? Like I'm just saying, like that first one, you should be able to see, like, okay, man, he throwing me what I need him to throw. Or she my top producer. She throwing me what I need her to throw. That's because a production when you breeding dogs, you want two producers. A lot of people get it misconstrued. They just think the male supposed to produce, but you want your female to produce too. You want your female to do her thing. You know what I'm saying? And that's actually something that I just learned. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? You
Just
want your
watch somebody
female.
with a big channel.
Yeah.
Had a beautiful female,
Hmm.
got a beautiful male, and can't and couldn't produce nothing.
Hmm. Yep.
Not what he wanted, at least.
Right. Right. That's a fact, bro. That's a fact. So you want your female to be a producer as well. You want to already know, like like man, like when your first breeding or your second breeding or your third breeding, you want to know, like, oh man, she did her thing. I mean, Brutus did his thing, but she did her thing. So if I take her son back to her, I know this is really, really going to be it right here. and that's how you know what you really have, bro. But you know what I'm saying? Like most of the time, bro, you want your females and your male to be a producer, not just the male. I mean, you want your studs. Don't get me wrong. You want your studs, but you want your top producing females as well. You definitely do. Like that's what I think. Y'all,
Facts.
y'all can elaborate. There you go, man. There you go.
Yeah, once you cook up, man, you get something close to the not the finished product, but something close to where you can study them out or something like that. Then yeah, you
Right,
cooking.
right. But we doing AIs because we got to be careful nowadays. Now we breed our males. We let our males hit stuff. They go sterile. You know what I'm saying? That's not talked about a lot. So we gotta be mindful now. We can't just be letting Raheem dog up the street breed with our stud. You know what I'm saying? Because he willing to give us $1,000. Nah, nah. Not if you didn't pay some money for your stud. You want to keep your stud weenie safe. Believe it,
Mm-hmm.
because then he won't be able to produce ever again. You see, so like it's things that you have to know when you're doing this thing right here.
I
That's
got
why I always
I
say it's not always just about that paper.
my dogs live together and I still did artificial insemination.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I really don't. I don't blame you.
It
You know
was
what
a
I'm saying?
much easier
Yep.
confirmation too.
Yep. It is
In my opinion. Some
absolutely.
people do the natural, but
I
like
mean,
you saying, that comes with some problems. Could get disease.
yep. I mean, I probably would do natural, just because, like me personally, like I just know what to do. But if it's people that don't know what to do, like you have to be careful when you got a stud. You're like you can't just be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna take the stud to this. A lot of people ain't talking about that in the dog game. They're not talking about, you know what I'm saying, just letting your stud hit this and hit that. They ain't talking about that. So you gotta be mindful about the moves that you make, because this right here, you gotta move with a strategy. It's kind of like it's kind of like it's a lot like chess and not checkers, if you know what I mean. You gotta have a strategy to it to get to where you need to get to. You know what I'm saying? But now you going to take falls, you're going to have obstacles, you're going to take losses. Don't get it misconstrued. The dog business is not the business where you're not going to have issues. You're going to have issues. You're going to take losses. You're going to get a female. She might, like me. You know what I'm saying? I had
Hmm.
every plan on breeding Chanel. I love that dog. You know what I'm saying? She a try, blue try. I was like, yo, I'm gonna get me some blue tries off of this. I already know. Three of them is mine's already when I had this litter. You know what I'm saying? But God said, nah. You know what I'm saying? But I
Yeah.
wasn't I wasn't gonna put her down for that. I was like, nah, man. Like, because they asked me, like, yo, you just want to put her down? I said, no. They said, you gonna do the surgery? I said, ma'am, yeah. You know what I'm saying? They say, oh, you got care credit? I said, I don't need it. And I just paid for it. And that was just it. You understand? And I still got my dog. So to
Girl
me, it
say
was
he
just like,
worked.
oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure, bro. You know what I'm saying? For sure, bro. So it was one of those things. It was like, like, come on, man. I wasn't gonna do that, but did it sting? Oh yeah, it sting. Then I just lost my top female. Oh, it stung. Oh, it stung. It was like, yo, it hurt my feelings, bro. I'm like, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? But at the same time, it's like, you know, I had to realize that it was God has something more for me. You know what I'm saying?
I
He
did it
has
three different times, and I got three different variants.
right,
I wish I would have just did it once,
right.
but
But
it was good.
but
It was a learning experience.
but you're gonna use those variants, right?
Yeah, so it's all good.
Exactly. and that's how I move. That's why I say it's all good. Because people was hitting me. People was hitting me. Oh man, I got a female. Oh man, I got a female. Hey man, you can have this. Hey man, you can have that. And I'm like, nah, because I just felt like it was something else that I was supposed to get. And you know what I'm saying? I got a deposit on it. So it's like, yo, like it's like, man, like that feel good. You know what I'm saying? That's like, all right, cool, man. We're gonna do that right there. Cool. So now I'm like, yo, we do that with Pretty Boy. Yeah, I'm in the game in the game. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, sometimes, man, you just take a loss and you never know that a blessing is right around the corner, man. But that's when you put all praise to God. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's when you be like, yo, I knew you had a plan for me. I knew you had something for me. You know, I just couldn't see it at that time because I was hurt or I was angry. I was upset from that setback. But, you know, that's when you stay true and you know what you about to get. You know what I'm saying?
You wouldn't want to start over, huh? I'm talking
Me?
about far as taking the whole 2 years with a pup, female.
Hold on. Say that again.
You want to have to get a female pup and take 2 years to build her up.
What, for Bane?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. I don't. I don't mind that at all. You know why I don't mind that at all? Because he'll still be in his prime. You know what I'm saying? So it's not
Mm-hmm.
like he'll be past his prime. He'll really just be hitting his peak. So it's actually perfect for me. Cause I'm gonna get him straw when he turned two. I'm gonna get some straws on him, but that's gonna be perfect for me. Because his dad, they was telling me like, yo, man, it took us 4 years to get his dad to look like this. It's a slow blood. So, you
Yep.
know what I'm saying? Like, that's another thing people don't understand. People be like, yo, like, you know what I'm saying? Like this dog, this, that, and the third. But you gotta understand, especially when a dog like a American bully, they progress slower than American Pit Bull Terriers. American Pit Bull Terrier is lanky at like 6 months. You know what I'm saying? Well, your bully might be the same size, but then all of a
Yeah.
sudden that joint just grow, right? So you gotta trust the blood and know that it's gonna look like this when it's all said and done. So like you know what I'm saying? So they told me that for a reason when I got him. Like, don't think. But he already had muscles all crazy at 6 weeks. I got him at 6 weeks. You know what I'm saying? So he had muscles all crazy. And I'm like, yo, like this bull gonna be crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, like I'm like, man, I gotta get that dog. You know what I'm saying? So it was just
Mm-hmm.
like, yo, like I was excited to get him, and it just made sense for what I'm trying to do. So when they told me that, they was like, don't worry. But then I seen his dad productions, and all his dad didn't just breed with one dog. His dad bred with different kennels that I follow, right? So his dad, you know, you can see him in all the puppies. And I think I showed Southside that, and I think I showed CDC that. But you know what I'm saying? You can see that they all related. You know what I'm saying? You can see that. So you can see like his dad was a producer. And so like, you know what I'm saying? Like if his dad a producer, his grandfather a producer, his dad because I don't even talk about his dad's side. Like his dad was off of JMK Balboa. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't even really even be saying like it's a lot of stuff in his pedigree. Like every registry he had was they was like, yo, he got an impressive pedigree. This is what the registry said to me. Like, yo, he got an impressive pedigree. So I'm like, yo, like this is one of them things. I'm like, yo, like I didn't buy the dude for the pedigree. You know what I'm saying? But now that I'm in him, and I'm like, yo, I get a daughter off a grand champion, ABKC grand champion. You know, that right there put me right there. Cause
Mm-hmm.
back some, he got some champions already in his pedigree. So I get a up close, breed him to a champion. That's like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things, and as long as they produce what I need to produce, which I know they will, then I'm like, man, I'm in the game, and that's what I'm looking for. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm like, yo, temperament, health, making sure they durable, making sure they health tested, they gonna come help with a health certificate, they gonna come dewormed, they gonna come with shots, they gonna come with papers, all of that. You know what I'm saying? Real business, a true business, a LLC. So that's where I'm coming from. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming from that point. I'm not trying to be like other people. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing. Like my vision is different than other people. And I don't want to say too much about my vision. That's why I'm kind of keeping it on the minimum. Because then, you know, other people will be trying to kick it like I'm kicking it. But you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, you just gonna have to see. You know what I'm saying?
So they gonna be pretty much fit.
Fit.
Mm-hmm.
They probably be fit, but wide at the same time, bro. That's the look I'm going for. Yes, sir. Like
Yeah.
that's the look I'm going for. They'll probably be wide, you know what I'm saying, but with that big fit body. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really looking for that short fat bully. That's not what I'm looking for. That's not what
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying. You know, I know everybody is looking for that, but that's not really what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to go for that muscled up, not that hungry look either. Not like them other dudes that had those hungry looking dogs that was calling them fit. Not those people, but like, you know, a more a more muscled up dog.
Muscle
You know what I'm saying?
tone. Yeah.
Yeah, but with a wide body. That's what I'm looking for. You know what I'm saying? So now that's what I think I'm gonna get. So I'm hoping that I get. That's in God's hand, but that's what my vision is doing that. Now if Pretty Boy do that, that's perfect. Now I mean that's perfect. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Which I think he can, but you know what I'm saying? Like that'd be perfect. But All right, Yellow man. I appreciate you, bro. You know what I'm saying? We going man, we been in here cooking, man. We going we going end this joint soon. We just I feel like I've been talking the whole time though. See them with the sleep on me. He probably eating a piece of pizza. You know what I mean? Southside probably back on his jet. You know what I mean? So it's just me and Mac.
Nah, I'm still here.
I'm just playing,
Yeah, I was about
but
to
you
get
know
some
what I mean.
McDonald's.
So yeah, I knew somebody was eating, man. I knew somebody was eating. I'm like, yo, somebody eating, man. Somebody eating something.
It's time to get the growling, boy, this time of night.
It do though. It do. It definitely do, man. I mean, we started at 9:30. It's 11:29. So I mean, I don't, I don't blame y'all for getting y'all grub on. You know what I'm saying? That's that's how it goes. But like yeah, man, like Mac, like if you really grab one, you know what I'm saying? If you really grab one, bro, like real talk, like that's what I said. Like you're gonna get paperwork, you're gonna get um, you're gonna get breed rights because you my dog. So you know what I'm saying? All of that. I ain't really worried about that because I know you love your dogs. Like you know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
that's just how that is. Like you know what I'm saying? But you know, um,
So when do you plan on starting your breeding, Duro?
my breeding. So I had some plans with him, but
Yeah.
me and GR are still gonna do that my girl Bang Jones. So that'll be the first Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Then when I get that female, um, then that'll be she. I'm gonna keep something off of my girl. But I got a couple people that's gonna get a couple pups off of that too. So I think it's about four that's already gonna be spoken for when we do that. Um,
Mm.
we're not expecting a big litter from that, because Gr was saying how he was like it could be different with Bane. He was like, but she have only been throwing like like six, eight, so that's fine because four of them already spoken for. Um, maybe potentially five, I'm not sure, but four or five be coming back with me. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I mean? Like we'll see. But I'm gonna keep something off of that, and then when I get my other female, um, then you know I'm gonna get her up to date in 2 years. Um, then I'm gonna do that joint. You know what I'm saying? And that'll be right there, man. Because I really don't want to rush the process because I want to make sure I put my product out there to be what I'm saying it's going to be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know, I want everything that I say that I want to do, I want to accomplish. You know what I'm saying? So, it's not a rush for me. It's not a rush. Uh, I'm in the game, so I'm not feeling like I have to do it to be solidified. I'm already solidified, so you know what I mean. I'm not looking to rush. You know what I mean. It's going to be a process because I want to do things right.
Yeah.
So so my girl will be first, and then um, I don't think the other breeding with Rock Solid is going to happen. But uh, that's all good. Um, so you know, so yeah, it'll be those two breedings first, and well, it'll be my girl, and then when my new female turns two, then it'll be that and that dog, which would be fine. You know what I'm saying? Because he'd just be turning almost be about 4, so that'll be perfect for me.
Mm.
So
So,
you know what I'm saying?
so it's better to breed a male when they're around 3 or 4, right?
I think so. It's just what I was taught. Now, also one of my OGs was telling me he was like, "Yo, the females you want them to mature. Um, you know, wait until two so they fully developed. But me personally, because he developed kind of he has a slow blood. I want him to develop all the way because I want the best pups. Like I'm just anal about certain things. Like I just want the best pups, bro. I just want the best pups. So I want to make sure that I do things the right way. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why I'm pulling him at 2. I'm not pulling him right now. He's not 2 yet. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not pulling him right now.
Yeah.
We pull him at 2 because his sperm gonna be a little bit better at 2 than it is right now. You know what I'm saying? And then he'll really be in his
Mhm.
prime around 3 or 4. You know what I'm saying? Because that's when his dad was really in his prime. So, like, that's what I think. Vad Kennels, man, what up, bro? Salute, man. Salute, bro.
Yeah, that's kind of the spot I'm at. I'm kind of just trying to wait, plan things out first, and then get my first
Yeah,
breed on the ground.
yeah, that's what it's all about, bro. That's what it's all about. It ain't no rush, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't no rush. We do this thing here. Um, we do this thing here, bro, um for the love of the dog. We ain't doing this thing here to try to, you know, feel like we doing something. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I think, bro. It's a process. That's like I was telling you, man. Like you know what I'm saying. Get what you want to get together, and then when you get that together, then do your breeding. You know what I'm saying? You
Facts.
you know how many litters you have ain't going solidify you in the dog game. You in the dog game because you in the dog game, bro. You're a dog man because you got dogs. You know what I'm saying? Breeding those dogs don't make you a dog man. You know what I'm saying?
How
So
many?
like,
Go ahead.
no, go ahead.
How many litters would you let your female have?
My female,
Like, yeah, once you get her, how many litters?
like the female I got a deposit on right now.
Yeah, like what's the most amount of litters you like? Any female in general?
See, I'm not gonna run them down, bro. Like I'm not gonna run them down. I'm not trying to be a puppy mill, so I'm not trying to breed and breed and breed. And every time you turn around, Doro got a litter on the ground. I'm not trying to do that.
About three a female.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. 3.
Yeah, Yeah, like you know what I'm saying. About three, bro. Maybe four. Um, but about three, man. About three. Sure, for sure. That's what I would do. Because I think that's just what's going. Make you start breeding, man. Like you start losing. She might lose the litter. You know what I'm saying? You breed her too much,
They start
and
looking like shit.
yeah, yeah, and I think also besides that, I also think that you got to let her body heal too. Like you
That's
know what
what
I'm
I'm
saying?
saying. The female, they nipples never recover. They the backside never recover. It becomes like a big floppy mess.
Yeah.
I be
Yep.
seeing some
I
dogs, they be recovering though. Like the skin be getting back tight, but
Oh
not
yeah, my dog bounced back, but
not
it's
not
been
too tight, not like how it originally was. But I be seeing some of them bounce back.
But how many litters? How many litters was it though?
Oh yeah, that
hmm
that is true.
Like if it was just one litter, then yeah, it bounced back. But if it was a litter and then she went in a heat again, then you bred her again and her nipples didn't even go up, that's too much.
yeah.
Yeah, you got
My
to give it
dog's still
time.
bleeding a little bit. She's and it's been 14 months,
Hmm.
so she's
Yeah,
still a spot.
absolutely.
It ain't all the way healed, but
Right,
she came in heat. So another other breeders would have probably bred her,
right, right.
and
That's
she
that,
ain't even
that's
healed all the way.
but that's when you make a mistake though. When you breed her, you know what I'm saying, young, like you don't got the proper growth. So those puppies ain't really developing like you really need them to. Bred her so young. So that's just what I was taught, man. That's just my theory. That's just how I breed dogs. Like, you know what I'm saying? I like them to be a little bit more mature because I just feel like, the bones and the pups, the nutrients that the mother give is just a lot better than, you know what I'm saying, trying to breed uh, a dog that's a baby, that's a puppy. That's crazy to me, man. So
Yeah.
Facts.
Genetically speaking, you want the most girth you can get.
Like there you go.
what you were
Go ahead,
saying,
Mac. Go ahead, Mac.
Oh, I was just saying, genetically speaking, you want the most girth you can get.
Troll.
Although the females tend to pop after they have a set of puppies.
I agree. They do, especially in American Bullies. I agree. They do. They do.
Is an
But
American bully supposed to be a human aggressive?
Man, they don't know.
Man, that was a mutt. That wasn't even not to go ahead, not to get off topic, but
yo, your feelings hurt. That dog bit you, man.
man,
That was his good shirt.
what I told you, I wish it would have bit me. I'd have sued the draws off him.
He put his white shirt on because he thought he was gonna be professional, and
No, I had work clothes on because I was working with a mangy dog, so I knew. So I just knew I had to not wear nothing nice.
what's your profession?
Huh?
What's your profession?
I got the photography, videography. I'm up and coming in those fields.
Okay.
You long way media. That's my media page for all that.
Yo,
Yes,
go
sir.
follow Pee Wee Longway, man.
Duro, what's your daytime special?
Man, you look like him.
Pee Wee Longway, bro.
Now, what you
Yeah.
do
That's your
as a
cousin.
profession?
No, what you say though, Matt?
What's your daytime special? What you do as a profession?
What's my profession?
Hmm
Oh man, I get to it how I get to it, man.
Because I heard you said you do a little bit of security.
No, I used to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I used to. I used to work at a jewelry store in Philly, but I got out of that, man, because it was it was tiring. Like it was a lot I had to do. Like I literally had to go get the jeweler's range. I mean, not Range Rover, Rolls Royce from the back. Then I had to bring it to the front. Then I had to get out, escort him to the car, then walk all the way back behind the store, go get my car. You know what I'm saying? And then follow him home, and then get home. You know what I mean? So it was a lot. You know, he
Yeah.
lived in Jersey, so it was a lot. So at that time, man, it was just too much. But yeah, I did armed security. Yup, I did that.
Black.
But I mean, bro, I did so many jobs, man. Like, you know, I did, like, I was the vet tech, of course, but I was also in operations too. When I was at the vet, when I was at the vet place, like, you know what I'm saying? So operations too. So like,
Yeah.
I, j- I just always been that type of person where it's just like grind. You know what I'm saying? Just like the pet world, like you could get money, but it ain't as much money as you would think. You know what I'm saying?
You can
Like
get
you get
money, but if that's all you know, it tends to be weird. But people that are well rounded and then come into the pet world,
right,
you can tend to relate to them more.
right, right. That's how it was for me. So I was just like, man, like I did that. I did that for a few years though. You know what I'm saying? And I put in the work, man. And that was just what I wanted to do because I always wanted to do it. Because when I was a kid, I wanted to be a veterinarian. You know what I'm saying? I actually wanted to do that because I always love animals. Like you know what I'm saying? So I just that was just one of the things I wanted to do. Um,
Black Dr. Poe.
real. We don't see no black vets like that, but just like how the vets would talk to me, like they would talk to me like I was on a level because I was just like highly skilled with it. Like you know what I'm saying? So even like when I take my dogs to the vet and I talk to the vets, they look at me like, how do you know this? Like you know what I'm saying? Like the average person don't know this. Or the average person don't do this. Like we do this for the dogs. You did this? You know, they're not used to that. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
it's like one of those things. So like, I actually left, man, because like I said, like they were messing with me. Yo, here he go, man. But this boy, yo, he is the biggest troll.
Bro, I was just saying it was a fact. What did
No,
man?
it's how you saying it though. How you saying it though? Do it.
Facts,
Do it. Yeah.
facts.
One
I
more
mean,
time.
facts.
No, you're not saying it like that.
Yes, I.
No, you're
bro,
not.
bro, see you be on that BS.
No, I'm not. Ween, what up, Ween? No, I'm
So,
not, bro.
so Duro, why does the vet like? Why do they be charging so much? So,
That's why I left it, bro.
like, they try to sell me dog moves for about $200.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I left, bro. I left for that reason because they was mad at me. Um, they was mad at me because they heard me on the phone with a client telling them that they can go to Tractor Supply or Walmart to get certain supplies, and they said I was costing them money. They got mad at me for that. But I just wasn't going to charge this lady, bro. Like I wasn't going to charge. Like this is the thing: when you in the vet world and you see the customers, man, you could tell who got money and who don't. You know what I'm saying? You can tell like who's struggling and who don't have it. So like, you know what I'm saying? Like I was like, yo, this lady then came here. She didn't bought this shampoo for $65 or $35 twice already. I'm not gonna keep telling her to go get this medication when she can get the same thing at Walmart. I'm just not doing that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not doing that, man. Like I'm just a real brother, and I'm just not going to do that. So that caused a lot of rift between me and my boss, and it was just like, man, I'm not gonna keep on telling people, you know, to get our products when they can get they can get a lot of our products off of Chewy. People don't even know. That's the thing. People don't even know. Like you could get so many products off of Chewy and Tractor Supply, man, for your dog. If something was to happen, if you needed, you know what I'm saying, if you needed something to help seal up a sore, or you need to keep your dog alive until you get to the vet, it's so many things that people can buy over the counter that people have no idea about. But the vet ain't gonna tell you about that. They ain't gonna tell you the things that you can do. You know why? Because if they tell you, why would you go to them? They want to get paid, right? That's the thing. That's the thing. So when I created my channel, I was gonna make my channel because I was mad. You know what I'm saying? I was mad. I made my channel. I said, man, I'm leaking everything. I said, I'm telling everything. I don't care what nobody say. I'm telling everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give out information and let other people know the things I seen in emergency because of the things that people was not aware of. A lot of people not aware of certain things that you might do for your dog. You know what I'm saying? And it's important to know what you're doing. It's just like when we was talking about joints. We was talking about Yellow was saying we can't doing too much with your dog. Can't that wear out the joints? But people don't know that. You know how many pit bulls I seen in the ER that had blown out knees, had blown out LCLs, MCL. You know how many times I saw that? Had to get a TPLO surgery. You know how many times I said that? People don't even know what that is. But you know what I'm saying? You know how many times I saw that? So my thing was to bring awareness to my brothers when you're talking about you want to have a working dog and you're talking about you want to do this, you have to understand what to do with that working dog. You got to understand how to massage that dog. You got to understand how to wash those joints. You got to understand you got to have that omega-3. You got to have that glucosamine. Or your dog going to get arthritis from all that pounding and pounding and pounding. It's important, man. It's important.
Church.
Big fact. You see where you at. And he drunk again. Oh, on that. What do you need to make a dog safe from a snake bite if it happens?
The
I
vet.
mean, for real, bro, you can get some Benadryl, bro. You know what I'm saying? You could definitely get you some Benadryl, man. If that happened, that'll definitely help you get your dog to the vet, man. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what happens. Like people don't understand. Some vaccinations your dog will blow up from, like it got bit from a snake, like it got bit from a tick, or you know what I'm saying? Like
They don't
some dog breeds
they
can't
don't
have
bounce
the
back
mouth vaccination,
like a bee sting from a snake though.
a bee sting, all
They
of
don't
those
bounce.
things. They'll
The
bounce
snake
back
bite
from.
is no, but that snake bite is deadly. You got to go to the vet immediately.
Yeah, yeah, but if you give them a Benadryl, what I'm saying is that'll help them.
No doubt.
That'll help. That'll definitely help them. Trust me, that'll help them. Now, I'm not saying that's going to give them a Benadryl. I'm glad you said that because I'm not saying give them a Benadryl. That's going to keep them alive. They still have to go to the vet. But what I'm saying is that if you give them a Benadryl, they get bit. Give them a Benadryl. It's going to help. Go to the vet. No matter what happens with your dog, I believe in taking your dog to the vet. Okay, blood work is important on your dog if you're breeding dogs. It's important to get that blood work done because you want to see where that liver at. You want to see where other people don't understand that diabetes and other things, the same things we get, cancers, is the same thing dogs get. So you don't want to be breeding that and you got those issues if you want to do things right. Now, if you don't want to do things right, then hey, Doro, I don't care. I get that. But if you want to do things right, you gotta be mindful of those things. Take your dog to the vet, you know what I'm saying? Get your dog checked out, make sure the heart is good, make sure the liver is good, you know what I'm saying? Make sure it don't have uh cancer, make sure it don't have diabetes. All of those things. Don't make sure it don't have no STDs because dogs get STDs. You know what I mean? Check out the allergies. All of those things is important when we're breeding dogs. So you want to breed dogs and you want to breed dogs right, you got to make sure that you're doing your business right. So invest back into your dogs. That's the important thing.
Facts.
There you go. One more time.
Facts.
There you go. You know what I'm
Feel
saying?
me? No perfect timing. Shadur Sanders. Feel me? He told me bust out my AP. Perfect time, man. Yes, sir. Go ahead though. Keep spitting them facts, man.
No, you know what I'm saying? So like that's just what it is. But yeah, man, like that's just what it is, bro. That's what I saw in the ER amongst other things, man. And when I said that I wanted to become a breeder, um, I wanted to take the things that I saw in the ER and I wanted to make awareness of people not to do those things to make a dog better. Because a lot of the time when I was in the vet field, people was following certain people, and y'all know those people that I know that y'all know what I'm talking about, who I'm talking about. So they was following certain people and what those individuals was doing, and those people then don't have love for the dog, so they don't care if you doing this or feeding your dog that or feeding your dog this or feeding your dog that. They didn't care about that stuff. They just was doing that. They just was giving a dog this, that, and the third. It was like experiment. Oh, let me see how much feathers he can eat. Let me see how if he can eat this rabbit with fur on it, because it's gonna clean out his windpipe. Yeah, but it's gonna get it's gonna get stuck in his stomach and his intestines, and he gonna need surgery. You know what I'm saying? Like all of those things is important. Dogs cannot eat corn. They cannot eat a piece of corn on the cob. That I mean, it's so many things that. Oh,
Man,
yo,
again. Come, man.
Okay. I thought I was on mute.
man,
Golly.
you got the bladder the size of a peanut, cousin. What you got going on, man? But nah, like yeah, like those things right there, like that's important. So I wanted to bring awareness to that to make sure that you feed your dog, you know, um, like Della's World said earlier, he was like, like feeding your dog a couple table scraps here and there. I never had no problem. No, I wouldn't say that. Um, is a problem, but it depends on what you eat, bro. Because there's certain things that your dog can get in the pancreas. Bro, take my word, and that's a whole surgery. You know what I'm saying? Or you might potentially lose your dog. So we love our dog. Um, hey Wayne, thank you, bro. I appreciate that, man. For real, for real. I do. That's 100, bro. And that's what I'm trying to do, bro. You know what I'm saying? For anybody like you and other people, Della's World, and other people that appreciate the knowledge and you know making better dogs. AQ, everybody that be in here, Yella, everybody that be in here. I appreciate Biz, everybody that's in here. I know we all love our dogs and we all want to make them, better. And that's just what and that's just what my goal is, man. Because that's what I want my kennel to represent. Because if I feel like if I can make a change with that, I feel like the dog world would be in it would go in a different direction, and it won't be so many people breeding because irresponsibly, and it won't be so many dogs that's being sick. You know what I'm saying? Because they'll know what to do and what not to do. You know what I'm saying? So even if it was somebody else, spreading my message, I wouldn't mind that so much because of the simple fact that you know the right message is getting out. You know what I'm saying? And that's important. That's more important than me getting the credit for it. You know what I'm saying? So we don't look for credit. We don't look for that, man. You know what I'm saying? We don't look for the credit. We just look for to keep pushing and doing what we doing. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna help. Um, you know, the good dog woman and the good dog man. And save our pockets. You know what I'm saying? Now everything ain't gonna be in our control now. So it's certain things that we're gonna have to go through when we go to the vet. But it's also certain things that we could do, that we could prevent from happening, or we can have in our home that can help if this was to happen. You know,
Facts,
that's the important thing. There you go, man.
man. That's facts, man. It's that real dog talk for real, man. I'm saying about 3 hours in, 3 hours in the kitchen.
3 hours in the kitchen cooking, man. But you know what I'm saying? I didn't even know it was that late, man. But we gonna go ahead and cut this show short because we'll be up here talking forever. You know what I'm saying? I want to shout out everybody in the chat, and I appreciate it. All the questions, all the comments, all the statements, whatever the case is, the salutes. Uh Biz, Chelsea, Della, Lorena, AQ, my man Yella, um, who else? Alex, um, and
Another week, another dollar, another
Blood.
dollar,
Shout out to Blood, Vad Kennels.
young blood.
Shout out to everybody. Ween, my man Ween. Shout out to everybody um, in the comments that come on the panel. Shout out to Nell Mac. Shout out to CDC.
Yes,
Shout
sir.
out to Southside. I appreciate y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gave some game up today.
Hey
100.
man,
Um,
that was my coffee machine. I'm making coffee. My bad.
no, you good, bro. Y'all gave up some game today. There you go,
Bro, I just laughing, man. I'm enjoying life.
man. Shout out to Southside though, man. He came up, he did his thing tonight. You know what I'm
For
saying?
sure. Shout out to
Um,
Southside.
I think he was busy, so he couldn't really give all the game that he wanted to give. But hopefully he come back up and shake things up back up with us. You know. But I'll see y'all I guess on Tuesday, or we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Um, but
Already.
I appreciate y'all, man. We're gonna close this thing out, man. One love. You know what I'm saying? Much love and respect to everybody. Everybody be safe. Have a good Monday and a good week, man. Always respect for me. Let's take care of
Salute.
those dogs. Let's make them better, and let's continue to prosper in whatever our heart desires. Easy.
As
Be
always, take care of
easy.
your dogs.